Good morning, and stay life jacket. Oh man, and it's raining soon. Remember, stay life jacket. Oh, flood that's gonna destroy half the world. Remember, guys, stay life jacket. I can imagine, like, a completely chaotic, maybe neutral or evil, like, beta Tlazohtlalia bot account, where, like, whenever there's news announced of, like, some flood is happening in this area, hurricane here, seek shelter, like, you just have the account quote retweet, and, like, and guys, remember, stay life jacket. Like, I know how insensitive and mean and not great it would be, but oh my god, it would also be kind of funny. Like, just having a bot account like that. Not that I'm saying make bot accounts for beta Tlazohtlalia. If you want to, let me know, but it's more just like, hey guys, remember, stay life jacket. That was all Jal was saying at the con, by the way, which we have a lot to talk about today. I had an amazing weekend, by the way, guys. I think that's kind of the spoiler alert of it. It was amazing, despite the shortcomings. When I came back to an absolute shit show. Like, genuinely. Oh my god, life just hit me hard. And I'll talk about that in a little bit, before, obviously, the stream recap and all that. But yeah, hello! Welcome back from Fwa, for those that made it, or went to the con. And for those that didn't go to the con, I hope you had an amazing weekend on your end. Honestly, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted even still. I've had like 2 days to rest, quote unquote rest. And I am still so fucking tired. Like, I think my body is still trying to catch up on sleep and rest, while also just realizing in a panic, like, oh shit, you haven't done any videos or haven't recorded anything. Don't have anything planned for this weekend, for 2 weekends in a row, beta. And yeah, I don't have many, if any, if at all, videos ready. Booty. But I hope you guys are doing well. Happy Wednesday. We made it to a stream on time. Look, at least the one thing that I kept as a constant here is I kept my stream schedule, even if it has been flaky at best. But seriously, I hope you guys are having a good Wednesday. Hello, Snibbles. Meowdy howdy. I hope you had a good con on your end. Also, I hope no one caught con crud. I've heard a lot of friends who have come back feeling like absolute garbage, or having like the worst con crud out there. So like, if you're feeling ick, get some good soup in you. Get some like chicken gnocchi soup, some chicken noodle soup. Some with a lot of vitamins and minerals. Maybe not as many minerals. Maybe mainly vitamins. But you get what I mean. Get yourself something nice and warm and take care of yourself. Because I know it wasn't easy for some folks. I, for some reason, came out unscathed. Maybe it was the amount of alcohol I was consuming. Maybe I just lucked out. Maybe that's just one thing that went right. You know, because there were a lot of things that, oh my god, oh, this con was something, but it was still a 10 out of 10. Consume iron ore. Do not consume iron ore. Telling you this right now, chat. Do not consume raw iron ore. It might keep you nice and safe on the outside, might be pretty useful, but it sure as hell ain't useful on the inside. So hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. I decided that I'll be going next year. Good, stalkers. Look, that's the thing, too. Like, the con definitely grew. Like, I think the final numbers they said were somewhere between, like, 17,800 something and, like, 18,000. I'd like to think that there was a good chunk of folks that did not register for the con, so I think it was somewhere around the 20K mark. As much as it was, like, a shit show getting through, like, the Skybridge area, like, you know, the one with, like, there's the game room there, Hyatt on the right, and then the food court on the left. That whole area, worst bottleneck ever, trying to get anywhere. It was awful. But outside of that, I think it really wasn't the worst at all. It really wasn't. I give it about a 6 out of 10, not too terrible. It was good seeing you. It was good seeing you too, Snivs. It was good getting to chat with you and say hi. I know it was like kind of brief, and I was all over the place, which is mainly the theme of the con for me, just all over the place in general. It was still lovely getting to see you, and I'm glad you got to say hi to friends. I think you had said hi to Cody while he was in suit when I saw you last, but before that, I'm glad that I got to see you in the food court and say hi in chat, and I introduced you to Oreo. We love Oreo. They're super chaotic. But yeah, you know, I hope you had a good time, all things considered. I know a lot of folks were kind of hit or miss on it. I had a good time. I'm just glad that I made it out alive.
Hi, everyone.
I know that's weird to say. Also, hi, Marky. Thank you for the 12-month resub, hun. I greatly appreciate it. Can we get some life jackets and beta 8 of hearts? And all those emotes in the chat. I realize I probably need, like, whitening strips or something, because I know I, like, brushed my teeth very profusely. It is still just not looking, not looking the best, you know? It's just not looking great. Con space was fine, but definitely an issue going anywhere. Just such high traffic everywhere. Yeah. And I have some thoughts and feelings about how they did the, not just the virtual queue, but like the night market on top of it. That was interesting. I will just say this, and we'll get into it obviously more later. Having the whole virtual queue thing, me showing up when I did, not getting in like an hour later, which is, you know, is pretty good considering like some people didn't get in till like 9 p.m. for those that got in at 7. Getting to the door and not having them check your ID or your con badge and just downright letting you in was a choice. it was a choice. It was quite the choice, I will say. But hey, you know, I'm assuming that they were doing the best they could. Hopefully. Look, I just know cons how they are. You know, they try something new and then they panic if something changes last second or it doesn't happen. But still, I'm wishing them well. I think all things considered, the con was pretty good. I just know for everyone it wasn't the best. But that's just kind of... I feel like that's kind of the nature of having 17,000 plus people in one space. So yeah. Also, Sad Breadstick, thank you for the gifted sub. I greatly appreciate it. And Puppy Mao, hi Soka. It was lovely getting to see your face, mister. I gotta send you those pics that we took together, by the way. I've been like so very trying to get all these picks together because I took over 1,200. A lot of them are like retakes and repeats, of course, but like I wanted to make sure I had this presentation together for my con recap because I was really excited to do it again. Not that I've done anything any different from how I did the last one, but there was a lot to do. Ha, Ender. Look, I am sorry. I will apologize to you every single time I see you. I am sorry. Look, I'm glad that I still got to say hi and give you all the hugs, but I am very, very sorry I did that. I hope you had a good time regardless. And I got to, look, at the very least, I got to give you a hug in suit as well. And I think, oh yeah, didn't you see Jake in suit? He was in my suit too, by the way. There was a lot that happened. Look, I know I might not have as many pics to reflect it, but there was a lot that happened. My nails are fucked up. Oh god, I'm so sad. I'm so sad. Look, maybe I'll repaint them later. Who knows? But also, for those asking about part 2 of the Fursona rating stream, we'll do that probably Friday. I don't have any plans besides just work and catch up and try to get videos done, which will mainly be tomorrow. And I got to clean and get everything else set up in my life because I've been away for a week. And also just plan for so much other shit. Oh my lordy. But... also, Puppy Moth, thank you for the gifted sub as well. I appreciate it. I will get you those pics, okay? It was a fucking fun con. I did not expect you to show up at the room party I was at, and then I'm like, whoa, it's you. And you're like, I am so sweaty, be careful. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's 3 a.m. and I'm probably gonna go to bed in like an hour or so. So I give you like the biggest hug. You're such a sweetie. So I hope you had a good con. It looks like you did. You looked like you were thriving. I hope everyone did. You know, I know it was rough for some, just with trying to get to, like, the con stuff. I know for myself, I never got to the con store. Dealer's Den was a mess, and truthfully, it was just kind of... like, I don't know. It's just, it wasn't the same as it used to be, or there wasn't as much that I was looking to see, maybe. I guess we will get into that, too. There was multiple multiple cockroach instances that I had to deal with. Look, that's getting to something later. It was a fucking mess of a con, but it ended in the best fucking way. Okay? I was sweaty 97% of the con. Look, I can't help it. It's Atlanta. It was very humid out. Very moist. Very moist. Did you know that in Call of Duty Zombies World at War, for the profile that I had with my friends, my name used to be A Very Moist Ma. It was supposed to be A Very Moist Man, but they only had a certain amount of characters you could use, so I went with A Very Moist Ma. I am the... Oh my god, are you the Very Moist Ma? Guys, I have a couple of stories relating to that, too. Apparently, someone recognized me for the distinct shape of my nose. So, I was at CVS, went and got, like, I think I went and got a Red Bull or something, or a water, or both. Yeah, I went to go get water. Ryder and a couple of friends were hanging out outside at the tables out front, and I was just sitting there, hanging out, resting my tootsies. They were a little achy, truthfully, a little achy. And someone came up to me and they're like, "Wait, I'm sorry, are you Beta?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hi." You know, I was just trying to be as sweet as I can about it, you know, because honestly, like, I was already burnt out socially, and it was day two, socially burnt out and exhausted. And they're like, "Oh my god, I knew it was you. You just have such a distinct nose shape that that is just so recognizable for you." I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And they're like, "Oh yeah, I just wanted to say hi. Bye now." I'm like, "Okay, bye." What does that mean? What does that mean, I have a distinct nose shape? Look, here's the thing. I understand if it might be a little bit of, like, anxiety to some extent, or, like, you know, trying to do, like, small talk. I get that. It's a lot. There were plenty of people that I wanted to say hi to, and then I'm like, you know, anxiety is just through the roof. Sometimes you bat and miss too many times, you gotta give up. That was unironically me with, like, Foster, you know, the Jynn varsity jacket fursuiter who I simp over. Tried one too many times to try and have, like, a conversation in chat, and I've fucked up on my end. Literally, it has been like whiff after whiff after whiff, and after a while I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you gotta sit this one out and come back to it later. So that was what happened for me. I'm like, you know, I like him. I like what he does. I'm just, you know what? Sometimes you bat too much and lose. Nice nose, babe. Thanks, 2Ps.
So, how's the concrud vivacious ideological representation of a bro?
Okay, here's the thing. I was expecting to get a shit ton of con crud based on how much I was just going around and giving hugs to, like, fursuiters and giving out hugs. I was expecting to get some sort of con crud. I heard that someone was giving out, like, not giving out, obviously, or spreading it, but ended up getting lice that con. And I'm just like, at a fur con? Oh no. Oh no. Dude, I had to, like, basically fumigate my entire suitcase, all my laundry and clothes, just to make sure I didn't bring back any stragglers, any hitchhikers with me, which is an awful thing to think about. It was... Look, here's the thing. If you catch anything at a con, and this just kind of goes for a basis, I've done this before, and unfortunately I had to do this. All I have to do, and the best thing to do, literally, like, what's the term for it? Just isolate yourself in the room. Just let your roommates know, like, hey, you know, I got COVID, hey, I have this, hey, I have that, and just sit it out for the rest of the con. As much as it might not be the best thing you can do for everyone else is not spread whatever you have. But unfortunately, you know, not everyone's gonna do that. But, you know, still, sorry, I am, like, really excited. Truthfully, the last 2 days have been fucking garbage. They have been so shit. Just with, like, traveling to get home, and then also dealing with what I had to deal with yesterday, which, if you follow my Twitter, you probably know what I've had to deal with. And I'll go over that in a little bit. But, like, I have just needed to relax, to have some, like, good vibes and energy, and just come back to stream. I was a little nervous coming back, but I'm glad that you guys want to hang out with me and listen to me ramble on for hours about whatever happened this last weekend. It was a good time. I got to meet 2Ps. I got to get pics with 2Ps. 2Ps, you're in my con recap, by the way. Whoa. You won't do that to me? Random person, you can, okay? I set it up. Just because I have been having a rough time does not mean that you can't have fun for it, you know? You can do whatever you would like. Also, I gotta go over the stream notice. I do apologize. Thank you so much, Marky, for the 100 bits. Puppy Mao for the tier 1 sub. I hope you're doing well, Soka. I hope you made it home safe and sound. I miss and love you lots. I'm so glad that I got to meet you after a whole year. You're such a sweetie. I want to get more pics with you next time. We're at the same con. Wait.
625.
I did it a lot too, okay? There was a lot. There was a lot of that. You got con crud? Aw, Drax, I'm so sorry. Look, I know a lot of friends got some really bad, like, con crud. Like, even think about it this way. I think the last con that I went to where a lot of people got sick was MFF. Where I think I ended up either getting strep throat or bronchitis. It was not good. It was bad. But yeah, just remember, take your vitamin C's, make sure to hydrate thoroughly, get some chicken gnocchi soup. Look, Draxler, if you were near here, I would make you some really good chicken gnocchi soup, okay? Not that I have it at all at my disposability to make because there are 0 groceries in the fridge as we speak. But that's another story. But Draxler, thank you for the 65-month. We out here, part 625. One more day and we get the Stitch number. Thank you so much for your support, Draxler. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you had a good con. I know I ran into people in passing, like Biscuit Fister and Draxler, and didn't really have the opportunity to like chat and hang out like the way I would have wanted to. But this, for those that I saw or didn't see at the con, I hope you had a good time. You know, that's all I could really ask for. I hope you had a good time and you were able to enjoy what you did. There's always next time, okay? I will say it. The one thing that I am still really happy about, despite me not being able to take the time that I did to sit down and hang out with people, is like I got to see a lot of people in passing that I wasn't expecting I'd be able to get to everyone, because I've always known that sort of like MFF terminology of like years back of like, how should I expect to go to MFF? Make a list of everyone that you're going to meet, cut that in half, you might be able to meet that one list that you cut in half. I got to meet like 60 to 70% of the people who were either looking to meet me or who I was looking to meet at the con, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'll consider that a win, knowing everything else I had to deal with too. Oh my god, it was awesome. So much FWA fun. It was lovely seeing you. It was lovely seeing you and Aegis and Dusky and so many good peeps. It was a good time. Look, I'm trying to get into presentation mode, and it's going to be a lot because there are a lot of picks and stories to go through, a lot of direction with this whole con recap, but I'm just still bubbling.
That's like 9 stream babies.
That's 9 stream babies?
Ready for some kind of TLC reality show.
TLC just jizzed their pants right now. I hope you know, Thomas. They just jizzed their fucking pantaloons at the thought of that.
And it involved them 6 inches heels I had. Regardless,
I forgot to meet Shameless. Oh, I'm so fucking sorry, dude. I was actually trying to keep on the lookout for you. I completely forgot. I am so sorry. I hope you had a good con on your end, though. Oh, I feel so bad because I know you were on the lookout for me. I was on the lookout for you. It completely like did not cross my mind. I hope you had a good time regardless, dude. You got a lot of bunch of art slots filled. Well, that's good. I'm glad you did. God damn. Okay, maybe it wasn't a perfect con in the sense of I got to meet everyone that wanted to meet me. Now I'm kind of like, God damn it!
Hey, Beta,
I miss Shameless again.
But you looked busy, buddy.
Also, Black Wolf. It was. I hope you had a good con. I was about to say it was lovely seeing. ADHD is taking the fucking wheel. I'm sorry. I hope you had a good con on your end. I'm sorry, again, this goes to anyone that wanted to say hi to me, who's like super chill, who's super nice. I will say this, come like Sunday, my social battery was in the negative, but I still chugged along the best I fucking could. The best I could. And just know there is always next time. Honestly, in my eyes, I have no reason not to go to FWA next year. Like, even, like, year before this, little TLDR. FWA 2024 was probably the worst FurCon I have been to, not because of the convention itself, but because I did not take control of my own experiences and what I wanted to get out of FWA, and I let a lot of what happened really deter me from having a good time. And so, for me, even going into 2025, I'm like, is this going to be a good time? And I was very anxious about it. I was very anxious about just going about, being social, doing my thing. You know, was I in the rhythm? And I was absolutely in the fucking rhythm. Maybe not to the best of my ability, but I think I did my best and had a really good time. And I have no reason not to go next year, truthfully. FWA, as much as it was a bit of a shit show, bless you, with the elevators, which I didn't have to deal with, luckily. But karma did hit me a little bit. There was one thing where I'm like, this is too good. Where's the, but wait, there's more sort of moment? Where was that? And it did happen. But it was so good. I want to go back next year. I absolutely will go back. And I know now I have sort of like a routine of what I want to do that con or getting to it, despite it being as big as it is. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, it was a madhouse con. Think you weren't a foot from me when you walked by. Whenever I am going about at a con, I'm just kind of like glazing my eyes over or standing behind someone as I'm following them. It's a lot. There's a weird routine that I go through with it. And it also, I will say, on the good end of it, it's made me really reflect and reconsider how I want to go about not just doing cons, but like treating the whole interaction thing. Because social interactions for me are scary. I was petrified a lot of times this con about what to do, about what to say, about how to interact, about do I take the wheel, about do I do this, do I do that, am I obnoxious in this way? Obviously, I didn't, think about it too much where I was in my head about it, but I've been really, really reflecting on it, on how I want to go forward with handling cons, with socializing, with being around folks, and being able to be available to say hi to some peeps. So, it's been a lot, but a lot. My 2024 FW was rough too for the same reasons. I'm sorry, two-piece. Look it. Next year's going to be even better. You're going to be on main stage again. It's going to be fucking banging. And if things work out, and if you want me up there, I will abso-fucking-lutely dance off my booty ooty delooty for you on stage. I will absolutely get in fursuit and dance for you on your set. 110%. 110%. That was another thing. I'm getting ahead in the story time because there was so much good stuff that I realized I want to do and achieve at some point. But it's going to obviously take some time. But this is a very fulfilling, self-realizing, kind of coming into my own sort of con in some of the best ways. But wait, you had a Deku redeem? Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. Also, thank you, Blackwolf, for the 49-month resub. I greatly appreciate it. And Thomas, thank you for the 45-month resub as well. I appreciate that too. Shameless, thank you for the 100 bits. And, Look, there's something wrong with me. I'm doing my best, okay? I'm doing my absolute best. But yeah. Also, I did not get con crud. I managed to luck out with that. The only thing that I did get when I came back, which this is part of why my entire yesterday just absolutely sucked. And this is we're gonna get through the bad stuff first. The bad news. Yesterday, and I'm not looking for anything in return for this. This is funny because I can look at it as kind of funny, Yesterday, I went to drive home back to my folks' place to do some laundry, to fumigate my my luggage, my checked luggage, just to spray it down, Lysol, put it in the garage for a bit, be all good. Come off the interstate. I'm gonna pull off to the side and go down the route that I do to my folks' place. Guy in front of me is driving. Semi-truck in front of us decides, you know what? I want to do a U-turn right fucking now. Just pull a U-turn. Guy in front of me had to slam his brakes. I slammed my brakes in return. Granted, I probably should have been giving a little bit more space. I slam the brakes. I hear a pop, and I have to floor it to get it to slow down and stop. And I end up rear-ending the guy in front of me. However, good news is the only damage was just a little outline of an indent on the bumper of where my license plate holder was. So you have like 2 bolts that are on the what is it, the bumper, and then like a little scratch above it. Guy was totally fine with it. He's like, yeah, I had to slam 2, sorry about that. I'm like, yeah, it's my bad, I did the best I could. And so we pulled over to the side. I had to floor the brake to stop the car from behind him. So I'm like, did I fuck up my brakes? Did that very tiny bump fuck up my brakes? So I'm like, I'll deal with it later, deal with this now. We exchange info, exchange numbers and all that. And he's like, yeah, if something happens with it, I'll give you a call. I'm like, yeah, sorry about it. We took pictures. And he seemed chill. He was like, yeah, it really isn't anything at the end of the day. But, we still exchanged it, worked on it. I get back in my car, I check out my brakes. They're not pumping at all. Like, it is as spongy as fuck. And, yeah. So for like the less than a mile back to my place, I just drive and park in my folks. And I see like the little indicator on my car, and it's like brake light fluid down or brake fluid down. I'm like, that's weird. That's weird. Spongy brakes, Draxler. Why? why do you insist on reminding me that our chat background exists? It is fucking nuts, man. Oh, I wish I could show it without getting banned, but God, it's diabolical. I don't know where we found it to begin with, but it happened. But when I got home, told my mom about it. She's like, "Oh, I can drive you to like the local auto parts store and pick up some brake fluid." So I go in, pick it up, do all the research on what I need. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job adulting, despite the downside of, I rear-ended someone. Like, great, just what I want to do right after I get back from a con. Go and put the brake fluid in my car. Start up the car. Brakes don't pump. Go back to check where the brake fluid went. It's empty now. Check the bottom of my car. There's the brake fluid. Right under my front right tire. And so I called a company about it. I called a little mechanic about it. And I'm like, hey, can you take my car? And they're like, we can. What's the problem? Like, brake thing destroyed. What was it? It was the brake line rupture. Yeah, the brake line to brake my car with the brake fluid ruptured. So I'm like, hey, can I drive it in? He's like, no, you should not drive in your car. It is extremely dangerous, even though it was down the street. Should have it towed. We can look at it by like Friday. And here I am trapped at my parents' place, not able to get home. Nothing on me to be able to do the work that I can. I'm already behind on work. With a car that's fucked, a car that needs to be sent in, towed in for repairs, needs repairs, and potentially whatever other thing that's going to be dealt with a rear end. Which, luckily, I did look into it and did really, if I can get a report on it from what happened with my car, it could have just been ultimately what happened for the crash was because of faulty mechanics or mechanical issues with the car, which I don't know how that works into it. Maybe there's something with insurance that works with it. I don't know. Point being, it's been a rough 24 hours. It's been really not fun. I will probably have a lot more I have to spend to make sure that my car is good. But luckily, the reason why I'm here now is my good friend Ryder picked me up and drove me back home, which I'm so extremely grateful for him doing that for me. I'm so happy. What was the redeem? What'd you want me to say, random person? I tried scrolling back and I could not find it. I couldn't find the message. I'm sorry. But if you could send it again, I can read it again for you.
Hope the con was amazing, was great to be there, was my very first con, plus I staffed under
That's
the
good.
red team. The Disney Q maze was set up by me and
That's
a few
good.
others. Hope it was good for you too, Beta.
Look,
I
it
saw
was
you,
good
but
for
you
me.
was super crowded, so I thought better of it. Love your content and hope to
thank
get
you.
a pick next year.
Well, I appreciate that, Corrupted. I'm glad that you had a good con on your end. I had a good time. Look, that's the thing, too, despite my shortcomings the past 24 hours. What on earth is that emo pancreas, man? Jesus. Christ almighty. It was I'm going to have to deal with a lot of shit coming up, and I still have. I don't have a car right now, but I'm back home. I'm working. I'm happy for that. I'm going to be a busy bee these next few weeks, trying to catch up and make videos and do what I need to survive, as it were. But yeah, don't worry about me. I am perfectly well physically. I'm safe. Just a lot of mental headaches with life. You know, this is just life stuff at the end of the day. That's what it'd be. But yeah, all things considered, I still look back at FWA like, you know what, that was a good weekend. Despite whatever is happening this week, I still had a good time. And I still want to talk about it today, and that's what's going to happen. Also, thank you for another 100 bits. I appreciate that.
Out, man. Definitely
Me too.
Scary to get into any accidents.
It is, but like the blessings with it. I'm looking at the glass half full. The reason for the accident, as much as it, you know, obviously was my bad because I rear-ended. That's just how it is, you know. It's by fault. The one who rear-ended them. There's a very likely chance that it was because my brake line ruptured mid-brake, which it shouldn't have because I got that checked out 2 months ago. Why is it all of a sudden rupturing? Because the material on it is either corroded or worn down with time. If that was the case, then, you know, the mechanic that I went to before should have said, hey, you should get your brake lines replaced. So it's like, what happened? So yeah, if it was a mechanical problem, then there's very likely something that I could probably do with it. I'm not sure how any of that works at the end of the day, but I'll do my due diligence of looking through it, doing what I can. It was... The damage was more of an oopsie and an accident. It was, and like the guy considered it that. Like he was just like, oh, it's nothing, and you know, like he's like, yeah, it's fine. But like, you know, I don't know that at the end of the day. Maybe they'll hit me up and be like, hey, gotta get this and this repaired. But who knows? You know, we'll only know later. I can't sit here and worry about it and stress about it, which was something that I used to do years back. But be like, oh yeah, is this gonna bite me in the butt years later of things that are out of my control? I can't sit here and worry about it. I gotta keep focusing on the things that really matter, which is character development internally, and that's been really good for me. I will tell you, moments where I should be completely destroyed, I haven't been. Obviously, I had like a good cry in the bathroom last night. I was just like, oh man, it's been a fucking day. Just like let it all out, and that's okay, you know. And after that, I'm like, you know what? That's all good. Let's like chill tonight, get on Discord with some friends, watch some YouTube videos, or watch some Crunchyroll or something, and just have a me evening to mentally reset for today. Can I have like 20% of that mindset? Oh, Snibs. Look, if I want you to know too, Snibs, if you ever want to like just talk about whatever is on your mind, whatever you're feeling, you can always like poke me or reach out to me. We love and appreciate you. We love and appreciate you guys here. You're good soup, okay? As much as we got shit, we all got to take care of in our own lives. I always try to take time to like listen, you know. And I want to listen to you, Snibs. You're good soup, okay? Do what you need, but understand that sometimes having someone there to just listen to you about it helps a lot more than anything, which is why I had, you know, very grateful for like my sister yesterday who listened to me, who was just like, that's bullshit what you had to deal with, and was just, you know, there to help me out and just be there in the moment. Same thing with Ryder, who was there to pick me up. Same thing with friends who are on Discord and, you know, people that I chatted with. It was even today is sort of like my therapeutic day. Like, as much as it's kind of work to some extent with like streaming and what I do, this is therapeutic in the sense where I just get to unwind, relax, and chat with you all. That's really all I'm looking forward to with this. And the con recap, a lot to recap and have a good time with. So regardless, just thank you guys for coming by and wanting to hang out. It does mean a lot. And also thank you Corrupted for another 100 bits, and thank you July for 100 bits as well. I hope you're doing well, July, and I hope you had a good con. We ran into each other, I think 3 times, maybe 4 in passing. 3 times at the very least from what I excuse me, blessed be the fruit. 3 times from what I remember, maybe 4 times for you. 3 times of the tally. Good. Well, I appreciate the hugs, by the way. You get some really, really nice big hugs. It means a lot. But I hope you had a good con on your end. I really do. Also, thank you, random person, for the Deku redeem. Thank you for reminding me about it. I appreciate it. Okay. Sorry, I gotta warm up a little bit. I'm gonna delete this redeem at the end of the stream because I don't want randoms. Because I don't want randoms to make me say, my moves wobble and bobble again. That would be very embarrassing. Right in front of my favorite furry Twitch streamer, Fravy Frey. Oh my god, it's Frey. Maverick says hi. He's such a big fan. I gotta stop. Fway, hello. Can we get a shout out for Fway in the chat? Wonderful friend of mine, amazing streamer, on the road to partner. Almost slipped and cracked my head open on his bathroom floor on Sunday night, but you know what? I had a good time. I got to see Frey. I got to take a picture of his feet. Not his actual feet, but his, like, shoes. And that is absolutely in the con recap. But Frey, I hope you're doing well. You didn't catch con crud or anything, did you? You're feeling good? The only thing that I have, like, a little bit of and had, like, a tiny bit throughout the past few days was just, like, a very minute sore throat. Like, a very, like, you know, just like that. Snibs, what the hell? Thank you for the $50. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. Can we get some beta hearts in the chat for Snibbles? It's such a sweet bean. I always love running into you. You were so sweet to see in the food court. Snibs, you're good soup. You're good soup. I don't remember this so far. I'm good. That's good. I'm glad that you're doing good, because I know that a lot of friends did get, like, con crud. $20 also already tipped $30 for that feet pics. Look, I didn't take actual feet pics. I just remember, like, oh my god, Cody's feet, and he's like, oh yeah, those are my socks. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, oh my god, Frey's feet. And this is when we went up to your room to eat food, and he was like, oh, that's my feet. Wait, hold on, make it look better. And then you tilted your feet inward, and I took that pic. I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. I love it. It was a good time. I'm so glad that I got to hang out with those that I did and say hi to those that I did. Again, social battery was fucking depleted. Absolutely depleted come Sunday. Here's the thing. If you saw me going around, and this is an in general apology to anyone that saw me on Sunday. If you saw me going around with Jake, who was in my fursuit, he was going around in my fursuit, I was with him. If you saw me and I seemed pissed off, or I seemed like I blew you off, I'm very sorry. Like, genuinely, I was exhausted. I was just there on autopilot. I gave all my social energy to Jake, and I'm just like, hi. Beta, how's your con? Good. I love your stuff. Thank you. And I seriously internally felt this. It's just I was doing my best. Could I get a picture? Sure. Have a good con. You have a good con too. Have safe travels home. It was a bit. It was a lot for me to do, okay? So again, just in general apology if you saw me Sunday. I was doing my best. I was fighting for my life. No amount of coffee in my system could have fixed it. But you know what? I did my best. Also, hi Keith. It was good getting to run into you as well. I think I did run into you on that Sunday, which, again, horrible timing on my part, because I was just dead to the world. It was good getting to see you, though. I hope you had a good con on your end. Oh, just so many good peeps I got to run into. It was a good time. It was also, like, kind of like my celebration con of, like, drinking again, because I kind of took a little bit of a break for like 2 months from like drinking, especially from like weed and all that. It's been a while. And I was drinking this con, and I didn't drink to like too far of excess. I think the only time I got like a little sick was like, I think that Wednesday. And I'm just like, you know, I got to take it easy if I'm going the rest of this cons. So I ended up stopping, and then I'm like, wait, I don't have any food in me. So I got food, and then I went and slept, and I was like, you know, we're doing better. But yeah, it was such a banger con. Despite my fucking last Tuesday, despite yesterday, I'm still bubbling from it. That's what I was really worried about with the downside to this last Tuesday. I was worried that it would really damper my mood for this stream, but it really hasn't. So thank you for bringing the energy you guys have to chat and just wanted to chat and chill with me. It means a lot, because like, I haven't done anything for a week, man. I haven't streamed quite literally for like a week. I haven't uploaded anything, haven't been able to work on any videos, but just it means a lot that you want to hang out. I'm digging the background music. I'm glad that you can hear it too, because I don't know if I'm doing any of this right or wrong, okay? I just kind of assume that you can hear it, and then I learned 2 hours into the stream that it's like, beta, there's background music? What the fuck are you talking about? Even those who just clip and lurk, yeah, I mean, you guys want to come by and listen to me yap on. It means a lot to me. It means that I have at least some level of enjoying storytelling. Sorry, I couldn't control myself. It's just... yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Maverick's feet.
I can't do it now. I'll do one. How about that? I don't want to lose all my energy for this con recap, because there is so much that I got to go through today, so much I got to talk about, so many good peeps that I got to show off today. I got to tell you guys about the roaches that I had to deal with. It was, let me tell you, this is my first time being a Karen at a con. Not at a con, but being a Karen to a... Damn, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. Let me just say that. It was my first time being a Karen to someone at a front desk at a hotel, and I felt bad, but it also felt like a very good sort of like, not good arc to be on, but like a good step in being confrontational about something that shouldn't have had to deal with in the first place, but here we are. But what say you guys, we get on with the FWA 2025 Beta 8 of Delota convention recap featuring Sonic. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Oh, hi, Sonic. Bye, Sonic. I forgot I had that up there to put away the names of anyone that submitted Fursonas. Look, whole thing, Fursona review, we'll end up doing that Friday. The plan for that is Friday. Where is my chat overlay? I want to bring chat down so I can read it. Yeah, I want chat over here. Chat. I gotta stop talking, okay. Let's put you above face cam so that I can just kind of read chat just fine. Oh, perfect. I can't believe you gave my shoes a higher score than my Sona. Oh yeah, I forgot I did that. Oh my god, I forgot. Snowy did his own Fursona rating review stream. I gotta go over what he did for mine. Because I gotta go over that for like I was actually gonna do like a high YouTube moment. Maybe we'll do it after. Maybe we'll do it after, where I rate or review my friend rating my Fursona. You gotta add layers to it, and then maybe Snowy will do that. Maybe it'll be a later on top of that. Also, hi White Spine. It's good seeing you. I've been thinking about you recently. I hope you know. And I miss your face. I hope I get to see you soon. I'll poke you. How about this? I'm gonna poke you on Telegram right now, because I miss your face and I miss chatting with you. I hope you're doing well. I did have a fucking awesome con. Got back the other day, and I have so much to like update you on how things have been going. It's been a good character arc recently for me. But I hope you've been doing well. I've been wishing you well. I hope I get to see you again soon. I'd love to see your face. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. I should probably change your username, because that is an old one. I will send a violent shaking emote. There you go. No tattoos planned to bring me out west, but I don't know I can make the time. I can definitely come out more east once my car is fixed. If my car is kind of fucked right now, but that's a whole conversation for later too. Pretty much just I'll hit you up after this stream, but I hope you're doing well on your end. I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's Meth Rogan. Meth Rogan. Meth Rogan. Oh, you mean cracked out Seth Rogen? I haven't talked to them in a while. I haven't talked to the. I hope they're doing well too. God damn. And I will. I hope you have a good one. I hope you have a good one, White Spine. I don't know what to do besides awkwardly wave at the camera. Yeah, it is someone else, Draxler, but I hope they're doing well too. I haven't talked to them since I graduated. It's been some time too. Also, hi, Fluffy Rogue. I hope you're doing well as well. It was good seeing you at FWA. All right, where do we start with this? There's a lot to unpack. There's like multiple days of this con. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil what's going to happen soon, okay? I don't want to spoil what's going to happen with this convention recap. Also, thank you for the 8-month resub. I greatly appreciate it. That's me zooming. Double cheeseburger. 2-piece. I would love a fucking double cheeseburger right now. Little spoilers. That one double cheeseburger was $7 fucking at the airport. I was savoring every little bit of it. I got it mainly for the meme in the first place. I realize now that that was a stupid fucking idea. And the reason why is a whole story related to FurPoc, where at FurPoc in like 2024, my friends and I were up at 2 a.m. We're like, let's order a shit ton of McDoubles. And then our friend Frey was ordering it, and she's like, okay, are you sure you want to order this? And like, how bad could it be? Like bunch of McDoubles, like what? They're like $4 a piece at most. It was $8 per McDouble to have them delivered. I think we got like 10 McDoubles, 10 in total, and the whole order ended up being like $130. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, I hate it. I hate it here. It was awful. Also, 2-piece, can we, if you were ever in the area or there is an opportunity, I would love to make smash burgers with you. You just, like, you saying double cheeseburger, kind of makes me like, you know, I want to cook with 2-piece. Especially after what I saw on your Twitter of the food, the Chipotle feast that you made. I want to cook with you. Or cook for you. Either or. What's up, girl? Oh my god. I like how I spent $22 in the convenience store for a Mega Rice Krispie, a naked mango drink, and a tiny hand sanitizer and white cheddar cheese. That's crazy. Oh my. Well, to be fair, it is a convenience store. Even still, it's just... Dior burgers are my specialty. Ooh. We might have to have a cook-off then. Also, Fway. We love Fway. All my friends are here. It makes me happy. I had such a good fucking con. Anyways. Furry convention con recap. I don't want to spoil what this is right now. There's a lot going on up there. I'll share it with you guys later. But I spent the last, give or take, 6 hours putting together this little presentation. Also, I'm going to turn off my fan because it's really, really too windy in here. It's kind of cold. I turned on the AC. A little too cold in here. But Furry Week in Atlanta 2025 was an absolute banger of a con. I had such an amazing time. Despite the shortcomings and the crap that I had to deal with and transferring rooms and all that, even some little hiccups here and there, it was still a 10 out of 10 in my book. An absolute 10 out of 10. Had an amazing, amazing time. And I'm very, very grateful for the friends that made it happen, the friends that I got to spend time with, the people that I got to see. I'm very, very grateful for all the opportunities that I had to just go out and just be beta, be a weird Aussie Shep or a weird fetish floaty dog thing here. So I came out of this feeling filled with love, feeling so grateful. And despite me being to nearly 50 furry conventions now, I came back from the con with PCD, post-con depression. I haven't had PCD in a hot minute. I think the last time I sort of had it was Megaplex last year. But I kind of realized, I'm going to get to see my friends again in VR. You know, it's kind of just like I'm going to see them in a few days. You know, hop on the next weekend. Have a good time there. But I genuinely came back feeling so full of love after having such a good time. And I'm very, very grateful for it. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you everyone who interacted with me at FWA. And I hope you had an amazing time on your end. But this is my... Oh, hey, it's Oren. Hi, Oren. Yeah, that's what that's the pickup here. This is what I had hiding up here. Every so often, if I'm feeling a little bit down, I'll just, when I was going through this recap of like, oh man, I'm feeling a bit I'd zoom in and be like, oh, hi, Celio. Hope you're doing well. And then I just go back to me working on my thing with the recap. But either way, I was gone from Wednesday to Monday. Early Wednesday, going into Monday, was there for like 5 days at the con. It felt like the con should have gone quicker. Like, come Thursday or Friday, I thought, oh, it's Sunday, right? Nope, it's Thursday or Friday. It felt like it was going a lot slower in my book, which was good, but it just felt like there was so much going on, and I was able to still kind of keep up with it. I was kind of impressed with myself. But yeah, we love Seal. We love Celio. He's good soup. He's someone who I didn't pick up at this con, but I got to say hi to, and I got to fanboy over Orin and be like, wait a minute, are you? Like, looking down at Badge, looking up, are you Orin? Oh my god, I love your feet videos on the internet. Oh my god, can I get a picture with you? And then I'd freak him out because there's no feet pictures of Orin on the internet. You just got to make that up, and sometimes they'll believe it. But yeah, that's Orin. This is one of my favorite pictures that I took of Celio, with him just giving the face. He was good soup. He is good soup. But I have a couple of days to go through, like 5 different days of the con. I don't want to spoil too much of what happened because there is some very interesting story times with what we ended up doing, which relates to the bad stuff and some of the good stuff. A lot of it is good stuff. A lot of it was really, really good and fun stuff. And then it means I gotta bring up some other things to show pictures for you guys, because a lot of the photos that I got back from friends were in the .heic format, whatever that's supposed to be. And this program and Windows just does not like HEIC photos, so I have to figure out a way to bring it out. But either way, Beta Ada Delotus, FWA 2025. That sounds a little bit full of myself. I'm going to remove that part. We'll do a take 2 of this. Furry Week in Atlanta. Punched it a little bit too hard there. Give me a moment. Technical difficulties. I'm not breaking anything. Just the lid of my ring light fell off after I punched it. Look, I have punched that thing like 50 times, and only now has it fallen off. Kind of impressed. Like, this is like pure plastic. Didn't shatter at all. Like, damn. Maybe I'll do this for a giveaway later if I can't get it back on. Oh my god, does it actually pop back on? It should. Hello? Hello? Oh. Hello? Oh, there we go. Perfect! And I'm more orange now! Why is my face more orange? This is why I hate contrast-based lighting. But this is my light. You know, we'll deal with it. If I turn different colors throughout the time of this stream... Wait, can I fix it right now? I can't. Well, whatever. It's just gonna fix back. It's just gonna go back to whatever saturation it was before, and you'll be like, Beta, why are you no longer orange? Oh well. But, either way, Furry Week in Atlanta 2025. Absolute banger of a con. Despite the shortcomings, I still give it like a solid 9.5 to 10 out of 10. It was amazing. Got to do nearly everything I wanted to, and I'm going out of that con with absolutely zero regrets. So, how did the con go for me? This is my con recap. Sponsored by no one other than just Beta. Look, Beta just took 6 hours to work on this presentation. Please like this. Please say that you like it so I feel proud of myself for the effort that I put into this. Because there was a lot of photos. There was 1,200 photos to go through and organize them into this lovely little presentation that will absolutely trigger any of your OCD while watching this. But still, without further ado, let's begin. Starting off with Wednesday, in which my friend Ryder, who was my roomie, say hi to Ryder. Ryder's such a sweet dude. He took a picture of me while we're going up the escalator at the airport. He picked me up from my place. We drove to the airport. We parked. It was pretty easy, pretty chill. Pretty happy with how the process went with getting into the airline and all that. We had like an hour to wait. I wanted to start my day with some coffee after spending the last night pretty much trying to plan 5 different videos to upload beforehand. So I decided, you know, let's get a nice coffee at our lovely place, McDonald's. Ironically, if I didn't have the deal here, this coffee would have been more expensive than a coffee I could have gotten at the Starbucks literally right next to the McDonald's. But I decided, you know what? I want to get this iced coffee. I kind of prefer it a little bit more. Large iced coffee, cream, no sugar, perfect. Double cheeseburger. I was curious. How much can a McValue double cheeseburger cost? $7 I was feeling nostalgic for Apocalypse 2024 $8 McDouble that I had last year, which that is a whole other story that I told in my other Furpok recap video. I don't think I actually made a video of it, but the stream still exists. This is a picture of me very much relishing the $7 double cheeseburger. Double cheeseburger from Dior. You know what? Honestly, I would love I'd pay $6-7 for a cheeseburger from Dior. Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing. Oh, I'm sure that's probably a life-changing burger. I'd pay like $15 for a cheeseburger from Dior. Okay, just saying. Oh, you meant actual Dior. You didn't mean like two-piece Dior. I mean, still, I pay $15 to have two-piece make me a cheeseburger. Yeah. Either way. This is me enjoying my McDouble. It was fantastic. There's my double cheeseburger. Sorry, not... I'm so used to... Why am I more orange this time? Dude, I hate this camera so much. Oh my god. Desaturate, please. Why am I so saturated? This is... Okay, I fixed it a little bit. You know, we'll deal with it. This is my double cheeseburger. This is the face of a man who spent $7 on a double cheeseburger. These are my nails. If you were wondering how they turned out, I'm actually pretty happy with them, minus like half of them peeling off now, because why would anything go my way? Me relishing the cheeseburger. We got on our flight. I decided to start watching Wicked because I haven't seen that yet. I've only seen the musical. I mean, like, oh, beta, you've only seen the musical. I saw the musical, I think, about a decade ago when I was in middle school when my folks took me to New York. I loved it. It was such an awesome musical. I started watching Wicked. It's so fucking good, man. It's so good. I finished it on the flight. Didn't finish it in the first half. Got to the second half. So good. Also, she probably wasn't the mom from Everything Everywhere All at Once the Madam whatever magical lady in the film musical too? I think she was. She very much reminds me of her. Michelle Yeoh. Oh yeah, it's literally right here. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, yeah. No, I'm totally smart. Yeah, yeah. Also, I love how I didn't even see who the stars were in the musical. I just saw Ariana Grande come on screen. I'm like, oh, that's Ariola Granola. Hi, Ariola Granola. That movie was a mix of emotions. It was. Snibs, like, I loved it because you know a movie's good when there's good conflict. I hate conflict that hits so close to home. Conflict, kind of like Wicked to some extent, hits so close to home. I hated it. I felt for, like, poor Elphaba, honestly. But, like, it was so... The way they did it was so fucking good. If you haven't seen Wicked Part 1, which I think they just announced, or at least put out the movie poster for Wicked Part 2. It was so good. Please watch Wicked. I regret not seeing it in theaters. Like, I wanted to for some time, and then I saw the price tickets. I'm like, it's $30 to see this film? Why? And so I just kind of forgot about it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on this Delta Play. Let's watch it. It was so fucking good. Please do yourself a favor. Watch it. It makes, like, I haven't really been the biggest musical fan, but God, it's so good. The music was stuck in my head all throughout this week. I don't know any of the lyrics to it or how to actually sing it, but, like, I was also remembering it from the time when I was, when I saw it in the actual musical. I'm like, oh, when are they going to sing Defying Gravity? That was so good. I don't even know if that's the name of the song, and then it got to the part, I'm like, whoa! It's so cool. But it was great. I loved the telling of this story from what I remember with The Wizard of Oz years and years ago from my infancy days. But yeah. Draxler, I hate that. I hate that. So I think someone's done that to me once before. Oh my god. It would look. Do yourselves a favor and watch it. Probably the best watch for me going into FWA. I also journaled a couple of my pre-con jitters that I had going into FWA as well, which that'll actually be a video that I want to do at some point. I'll probably end up recording it tonight because I have this whole journal entry of like the pre-con jitters that I had and how the con actually went, and also just kind of taking into the motto of like, let's try FWA, let's try a furry convention where we don't pay attention to Twitter or social media. Perfect way to experience a con. Don't open Twitter at a furry convention. Do not. Do not. Everyone on there is perpetually miserable at that con. Even though you might see some of your friends saying, I'm suiting now or something, don't open Twitter. It was a bad time. I saw it all because I was tagged in a lot of stuff after the con of like, Beta, look at this, do a video on this. I'm like, oh no, I'm considered the furry drama YouTuber. Oh no, despite me taking a month from it. Oh no. But yeah, point being, we'll do a video on this later. Okay, but after that, we got into the airport. There's Ryder taking a photo of us and me taking a photo of him. Good times. Then we get to the con. Pee! This really was the pee and poo-poo con. I don't know what was going on with this. The Paradigm Employee Engagement event. Pee, haha. So they did this on purpose. I like it. You know what? They should just go into it. I'm glad that they're leaning into it with like P acronyms for like pee, poo, shit, piss, coom. They should do more of it. Honestly, they should. Absolutely. But yeah, this was what we saw when we got to the con space or the hotel. This is my view, and this is my room. Main hotel, room 134. I had to walk up 4 half flights of stairs to get to my room. I did not have to experience elevator con at all. Minus going to one room party, which I can't really say the room party that I went to, but let me tell you, I had a good time there. It was very fun. Yeah, I lucked the fuck out. My roommate Evan ended up, I think, requesting like a lower floor. I don't know if we were charged for it. Granted, I don't think we're charged for anything at this point, thanks to some work that I did. Not that it was anything malicious or anything, but just what we had to deal with. That room number will change very soon. Okay, but that's what we got for our room. I was extremely, extremely grateful and lucky for that because I just had to walk up and down the stairs. Oh, my friend's in main lobby? Give me 5 minutes tops. Don't have to deal with elevators. Don't have to deal with going up to go down or going down to go up. It's just a good time overall. Also, hi, Kobe. I miss you too. Kobe was so fun to hang around with. You were actually the reason why I was able to try on a pup hood for the first time. Which I might actually show a picture of that later, because it kind of fucks. It kind of goes hard. I want to get a custom one. That's pretty much what it was like for me, both with wearing it and seeing myself wearing it. I want to get one, and I want to get a custom one. One of those neoprene ones. It looked good. It actually looked good. Can you show me at the rave with your head? I don't remember the story. I don't remember. Oh shit, I forgot to download the pics that you sent me. Christ. Okay, well, look, we'll talk about it later. Later on this stream. Bottom line, everyone, I gave my head out to a lot of friends. I actually wish I kind of gave my head out to a lot of friends, but that's another thing. The point being, I had friends who were like, I haven't worn a fursuit before. I'm like, would you like to? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. I'm like, are you sure? You're gonna get some really, really weird people coming by to you. And they're like, yeah, how bad could it be? Kobe has some stories. Creed might have some stories. Jake, I don't know if he has any stories, but that isn't his first rodeo. He has his experiences with it. But either way, room number, pretty good. As soon as I got there, started unpacking immediately. This is what I do for my setup at cons. My feet paws on the floor, my little suitcase that's a mix between like my dirty laundry and like, you know, Under Armour and whatnot on the side. Hang up my fursuit head up top. Couple of other things up top that I can't show you, but you know, it's just what we do at cons. Was actually pretty responsible. And this is my view from outside my room. Honestly, I was pretty happy with this. Like, it was set up to be one of the perfect cons in terms of space, in terms of accessibility, and in terms of the roomie lineup. I was rooming with Ryder and SK and Evan. I had a couple of other friends came by. Bra occasionally came by to just nap in our room. And I'm like, so good. So good. Such good company. Such good company. I can recommend several places. I made a spreadsheet a while back. Ooh, Snips, that you should definitely share around that spreadsheet. I feel like a lot of people would love that. But if you do have a spreadsheet, I'd love to see it. It was nice passing you a few times, even if I'm too terrible at saying hi. Josie, I'm so sorry I didn't properly say hi. I think nearly every time that you were around, I think I spotted your badge and I was going to say hi, but I would either get distracted by something else or I was socially burnt out at the time. And I feel very bad, but I hope you had a good con. It was lovely seeing you in passing. I just want you to know you're good. Everyone's been such good soup. I appreciate you guys so much for being so chill and understanding. It was a lot socially, this con for me, man. It was a lot. Oh, it was a lot. I could tell the amount of stories. I could write down a book about the amount of very interesting encounters that I've had. And I don't really want to go into too much detail about it because I don't want to make anyone feel bad because that's just not good. And I also had my own fuck up on my end, which I will explain later as well. But either way, after we had unpacked and settled for a little bit, Cody Yodi found us at the airport. I forgot. We all wanted to get food after that. So it was me, Cody, Monty, and Dutch who went to the little pub at the food court, Gibney's Pub, an Atlanta tradition since 1997. Don't know how it survived that long. Sorry. Look, the food was, it was okay. It was okay. The drink was kind of strong. I had this weird peach and whatever cocktail. It was okay. It put me on my ass pretty quickly. And then I had this buffalo fried chicken sandwich. It wasn't anything to write home about, and it sure as hell was not worth $18. I'm sorry. It was just I would not buy this. I would not go here again personally. It was just okay. It wasn't like a home fry. It was okay. It was just okay. They were doing their best. They wanted to make sure that we were taken care of just fine, but it was okay. It was okay. Also, Josie, thank you for the tier 1 sub, hun. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you had a good con. Can we get some life jackets of beta 8 hearts in the chat? I appreciate it, Josie. I had an avocado chicken club. That was pretty nice. That sounds good. Mine was okay. They did load us up on fries, though, so I was pretty happy with that. And I also tried flicking one of the straws into Monty's eye, and it landed on my drink. I was very sad about that. But, yeah, you know, I simply don't eat fried food anymore. I envy you, Draxler. That sounds like a good time. Sounds like a good time. Also, 621, yeah. So we ended up taking a screenshot of 621 of like, oh my god. Monty was like, oh my god, 621, make a wish. I'm like, oh my god, 621. Oh hey, Cody. I love Cody. He's such a sweetie. I love Cody. This is my phone background, by the way. I love this so much because whenever I'm having a bad time and I go to check my phone, I'm like, oh, there's Cody. I love Cody. He's a good friend. And then we ended up booking our appointments to go to the dealer's den. That was why we had screenshotted, because come like 7 p.m. we were like, oh yeah, everything opens, and we wanted to go and get our reservation to go for, I think it was Friday. Yeah, Friday. And I ended up scheduling mine for 1 p.m. with like Jake and Cody and a few others. And as much of this system was very... Look, I have my own conspiracy theories about it. I get to some extent why they wanted to implement the queue last second. I get also that and this is my conspiracy theory on the whole queue system, by the way, which is allegedly, this is not true. This is just my take. Take it with a grain of salt, please. I think the reason why the queue system was added in was to buff up convention registration numbers, because you could not schedule an appointment to go into wherever it was, the Vendors Hall, Artist Alley, Night Market, Moonlight Festival, without being registered for the con first on your profile. You needed to be registered first in order to do it. So at like 621, registered for the con then and there. $100, okay, you know, I'm still supporting a con at the end of the day. It's like, oh god, but it's also like, you know, I'm supporting a con. I want to help them. Want to help out a con who needs it or is looking to put on a good event. I needed to register in order to do the vendor hall or in order to reserve a spot or an appointment. pretty sure that's the unofficial story. They said it was because they got told they needed to do something about the lines by fire marshals. That would probably be more so it. Like, the lines, you know, last year were very abominable. Abominable? The snowman? Oh my god. The lines at last year were diabolical. They were pretty bad. But, you know, I understand why they wanted to do it. I have my own sort of conspiracy theory of like, oh, you know, get more people to register and not ghost the con. I think there is a good strategy to it, you know, like not ghosting the con, supporting the con. I know it's a little for anyone who's like, you know, you should ghost a con if you can't afford blah, blah, blah. Like, it's an argument in and of itself of like the efficacy of registering for a convention. Is it ethically or morally okay to ghost it? I'm never going to encourage anyone to ghost a con. I myself will try to register for a con if I'm going to be attending certain things. But like, how much is $100 going to be worth going to a vendor's hall at a designated time and maybe being able to get into the night market? I don't know. But at the end of the day, you know, everyone has their own value for it. For me, I just like supporting a con. I like supporting event organizers because they're going out of the way to not make the only aspect of Furry the online experience. They're making an actual IRL event. And that to me matters the most out of it. Anything that can separate that whole thing from Furry Twitter, I'll support it. I will 110% support it. Okay, I will, like, I don't care if it's $100, whatever you need to make an experience away from the perpetually miserable people on the internet, sign me up. Okay, sign me up. The amount of times they had to redirect things was a lot, / miscommunication between FWA staff and the event staff folk. The event staff ladies were really, really sweet, though. Oh, they were great. Like, I have had nothing but good experience with the event staff. I kind of realized on, like, Friday or something when right before, oh no, it was Saturday before I was getting ready for the night market, when the event staff organizers were just like, oh yeah, just go down to go up. It's so much easier at the elevator. So I'm like, oh, we've lost. Like, if they're telling us to go down to go up, we've lost. Like, that's it. It's so Jover. But yeah, that's a whole thing. I don't want to sit here and harp on, you know, the bad experiences in terms of like how the con was organized in that sense, because I know next year they are going to get it down pat. And that's something that we don't give furry conventions the credit for. When there's an issue one year, they do their absolute best to avoid it the next year. At least that's from what I saw or have experienced in years past. I don't know if it's something that can really happen with the attendance rate or how many people are going to cons, but I think it's, you know, I think it's doable. I only waited for 45 minutes for Thursday reg. I think that's about the time that I waited. Granted, I'm not in any rush to get reg, so like when registration opens on like Thursday, like afternoon or morning, or like Friday, like I'm not in any rush to get in line and wait there for 2 hours, because it's like I can just go at any other time. But yeah, I scheduled my appointment through the virtual queue to go to Dealer's Den at 1 p.m. on Friday. So keep a note of that. That's when I go to Dealer's Den. And I will tell you this right now. Didn't really get or see much. AD Dealer's Den, half of it was Bad Dragon. The other half, I couldn't even shop at that one because I would not be able to even get something from there even if I wanted to. Which that's tea, but we don't go over that here. But point being, it was something to see. I got to also see the coffee place that I actually support and partnered with, sort of. Where's their thing? I have all my stickers in here that I gotta go over later. Oh yeah, it was Rocky's Roastery. I saw them set up at FWA. I was so happy to see them, and I got to actually meet like the owner and creator and have like a little chat with them. So, you know, go and support Rocky Roastery. There should be a link somewhere. I don't know. I haven't added that in yet. I'll add that into the panels at some point, okay? Drain is awesome. He's so fucking cool. He's so chill. Yeah, go and check out Rocky Roastery. There should be something linked in my link tree. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, I'll have some link about that later. I am unofficially kind of partnered with them. I'm trying to help advertise their stuff because I really like their coffee. They sent me some really awesome, they sent me like free coffee in a mug recently. And you know me, I love like strong dark coffee, like good dark roast, usually go with like Pete's Coffee. This might be my new favorite. I'm not even joking. It's actually really nice. But yeah, if you can, go and support them. I think I might have some code or affiliate link or something later, but I'll talk about that later time. Either way, did the whole vendors hall thing, signed up for my appointment with it. This is the text that I ended up receiving of like, oh, hey, you signed up for 12. Click on this link if you want to cancel or change it, or if you want to go to your QR code. And it was, I will say, for someone who is in the US and has, a cellular plan here, it was pretty easy to like check it out. Like, instead of having to go to the website, I'm just sent a link through text message. Granted, this isn't helpful for those that are international who do not have a cellular phone plan for the US when they're visiting, so they can't really do the vendor hall. It's a bit of a wonky mess. But point being, for me, it wasn't the worst system in the world. I have some feelings about it. It's not the best, but for accessibility, it was just like, oh, I signed up here, I get my QR code here. Not too bad. Not the worst, but definitely not ideal for those going into it and not expecting it. But after that, got food with Monty and Dutch and Coyote. Coyote went back to do some stuff. Monty and Dutch went back to do some stuff. I decided to go and register for the con, which, mine actually wasn't that bad. It was pretty doable. It's pretty chill. There's Nova. I went with Nova and Caden. Nova and I chilled and waited in line and chatted, and they took some selfies on my phone. They did the whole, like, reach out their hand for me, and I knew intrinsically, I was like, oh, yeah. And then I just give them my phone. I loved and missed Nova. I love Nova. I miss them so much. I love getting to hang out with them. And also, they're just so good at taking photos. Go Piss Girl. Look, I was about to piss after this, let me tell you. After registration, I was crashing hard, and I was only on my second cup of coffee. So, of course, I gotta, chug a Red Bull. So I went to the CVS and should have picked up some water bottles. Didn't. By that evening, all the water bottles at CVS were cleared out. That sucked. But I decided to go and get a Red Bull. This was like $6 for a Red Bull, but it was worth it. I needed it in my system. What else is over here? Oh, yeah, it's a picture of someone taking a photo of me from a distance. I don't know who this was that took the photo, but they saw me in the reg line. It was a friend of ours, and I looked directly at them. And there's me directly looking at a spotlight shining into my eyes. I don't know why I did that. I think I did that because I wanted to share with you what it was like for me being blinded. And it was quite blinding. I shouldn't have been doing that. It's got some energy, that's for sure. Don't know what was going on here, but I was having a time. Okay. I kind of see where this came from. Yeah, so this is like a manga. It's in reverse order. This was supposed to go before this. So, yeah, one thing leads to another. Oh, yeah, and then also I found one of those little water bottle hydration stations. Took me back to being in, like, college in the dorms where I'd fill up my water bottle there and be like, oh, look at how many bottles I saved. Look at that. I totally made so much use of this, by the way, because I did not have any water bottles in my room until, like, Friday or Saturday. And so I just kind of kept going back to refill my water bottle. My single plastic water bottle. I just need to bring a refillable one to cons from now on. Maybe that's what I'll do, but they're so hard to pack. But regardless, we'll do it. We'll deal with it later. Talk about it in the car. Also, I did like that Dubai chocolate truffle, Austin. That was fantastic. It was really fucking good. It was especially good because I was very plastered that evening, and it tasted delicious. I've always wanted to try it. I'm like, oh, I only see, like, the we talked about this. I only saw those, like, little containers of, like, scoopable Dubai chocolate on, like, the TikTok shop. I don't know if you guys have seen, like, those TikTok, like, oh my god, you gotta buy this stuff. It's so good. You want these boots as well? They're pretty cool. Like, just how TikTok shop is. But thank you for the Dubai chocolates. It was delicious, and I hope you had a good con on your end. I needed that. I needed a palate cleanser there because I was dealing with a lot. So thank you. You came in clutch, Austin. Thank you kindly for that. But yeah, water bottle refill station reminded me of college, and then immediately went back to my room and I'm like, you know what? Okay, we can already see what's going to be happening next. It's like, you know what? I need some booze. Oh yeah, what happened was, I'm forgetting the timeline of this. Evan ended up picking up a bunch of, like, soft drinks, like Dr. Pepper, Mountain Dew, cans of them. And I asked Cody, who was doing a booze run, to pick me up biggest handle of Tito's, because that's usually what I go with, and then a couple of like Trulies or White Claws, and they're like, they don't have any Trulies. Are you good with White Claws? I'm like, sure, I'll go with a few seltzers, because friends like seltzers too. I can be the seltzer courier, the delivery person, you know. And I was also doing that as well, going to CVS of like, hey, you guys want anything? They're like, yeah, can you get me some Red Bulls? I'm like, yeah, sure. They're like, awesome, thank you. I'm like, all right, I have the Red Bulls. Where do you want me to go? All right, I have the Red Bulls. Where do you want me to go? And I kind of ended up holding on to a bunch of stuff until later, which was really, really funny. But either way, later that Wednesday evening, went back to the room, was like, you know what? It's time for some Tink Tinks. We're going to be going around the con space and having a good time with friends. Filled up one of my bottles with Tito's and Dr. Pepper. The mixture didn't really make much sense, but I just don't care. I was just like, you know what? I'm drinking a drink. I'm out drinking to enjoy it. Which I guess is a bad sign, but regardless, I had a good time with this. The combo wasn't that bad. How did it end up? Meet B2. This is, see, we're getting into the title of this. Where's the title? Yeah, Wednesday, B2's return. I got Swifty on a Wednesday of a con. Really, really good track record there, Beta. But yeah, went into the con space wearing this as my attire for when I was B2. And if you don't remember who B2 is inebriated or high beta. I was simply inebriated after a couple of drinks of the Red Bull, the Dr. Pepper Tito's. It was pretty good. Pretty good. We love the Six Flags merch at FWA. I could not find this anywhere else. I would not have gotten this if I could find it online for cheaper. I looked all around, did the reverse image search, could not find it. Couldn't find it at all. And so I decided to buy it, and this was what I wore whenever I was plastered at the con, aka only Wednesday, because it was way too hot for me to wear the rest of it. So look at how drippy and, oh my god, it was so moist there. Yeah, I didn't wear this for the rest of the con, but I did wear it one evening, and I was pretty happy to. I think I got some head turns towards me, and you know what? I'm not looking to impress anyone. You think I'm a prize by any means? No, I don't care. I'll wear what I want, within reason. And so I wore the alien green poop hat emoji. Green alien poop emoji hat. Yeah. Did you do the girly pop hack on the AC? The girly pop hack? I did learn about that later. I did learn about it later.
I saw you once in passing, but that's
also,
the
hi,
way
Izzy.
of big cons sometimes.
It is.
Anyway, I've heard of getting shit-faced, but this is taking it a bit far. B2 at a woof?
Thank you, Izzy. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you for the 50-month resub, too, by the way. I appreciate that tremendously. Can we get some life jackets and beta 8 hearts in the chat for Izzy? I hope you had a good con on your end, my friend. I think I saw you, like, once in passing, but I was, like, my eyes were, like, moving around. I do this a lot where I, like, my eyes dart around when I'm, like, mid-conversation with someone. It's probably ADHD. Who knows? But I did see your badge in passing, like, that's Izzy. And then I got distracted. I'm like, wait, where's Izzy? And I didn't see Izzy. But I hope you had a good con in your end. And thank you for the 15 months. I hope you're doing well, hon. I hope you had a good con on your end, seriously. I had a good time. We're going over it now. I know I got a little bit drinky on Wednesday, but that was just, it was a chill drinky. It wasn't too bad. I was just honestly, I was just really tired near the end of it, and that's why I went to bed at like 2 a.m. and slept heavily. Yo, it's phase anal? I know, it's phase anal. Isn't it crazy, Rush? Crazy. Also, I did learn about the AC air conditioner hack after we had moved rooms, which we'll get into why I had to move rooms, okay? I gag at the thought of alcohol now. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm going to be drinking for a hot minute just because I went a little too hard a few nights. Not to the extent where I needed to be taken care of, but just after I didn't feel good. I'm like, ugh, is this me getting older? This isn't fun. No, I'm not doing that anymore. Loki, I hate doing the OMG high. I look down at badge, but I suck at remembering faces. That's what I have to do every time, 2-piece. The amount of times I saw, like, Zote, who was with Benny, and I'm like, who are you? I have to check badges. I'm awful at faces. And also, I pair that as well. I don't know if you're the same way, 2-piece. But, like, after, like, a certain amount of faces that I see, unless they're, like, active, like, people in my life that I've met and seen constantly, I will absolutely forget what they look like. And I will, and like, whenever I meet someone new, like, even after like 10, 20, 30 interactions, I might forget what they look like. I did that all the time to Zote. I did that a few years back to like Moon. It just happens. And I know everyone's just like, it's okay, you know, and I just look at the badge. But like, I feel bad. So I get that. I feel so fucking bad about it. What's your opinion on green beans? I think they're pretty cool. I feel awful. I do too, but at least everyone's been super chill about it. However, I did have one instance. One instance on Saturday night. No, not a Saturday night. I think it was Thursday or Friday night. I will talk about it when the time comes. And I'll know when it happens. But either way, back to the story. I had a few drinks, some tink-tinks. I was hanging with Jake and Coyote, just going around. We were chilling by the, whatever this bar thing is in the back with the sail thing. Yeah, we were hanging around there. I was having some tink-tinks, drinking, saying hi to peeps. People were like, Beta, what are you wearing? And I'm like, what do you mean Beta? This is B2. And yeah, it was B2. It was called the Pulse Bar, right. It's pretty good. But after that, I was asking where everyone was. I think Celio and Hunter and a few other friends were doing some like mini parties and chilling in the room. So I went up to their room to hang out. And so I went to the Hyatt. This looks so fun to look at, by the way. I loved this. Kind of wish I stayed here, but maybe next year. Who knows? But yeah, went up to Celia and Hunter and Nova's room and hung out with them. This is what I was drinking in the water bottle, by the way. This is Dr. Pepper and however much vodka I put into it. It's probably around like up to here or so. That's a lot. Brown. And also, hey, there's Russ. Russ is really cool. I love Russ. He held my hand that evening. He was like, Beta, how are you doing? And I'm like, I'm good. And then we were like hitting each other's hands and holding hands. And I'm like, wow, this is so awesome. I like holding hands with my friends. And we were just catching up saying hi. And he gave me stickers. And then Bra was there. That's where I met Bra when I was a little bit, you know, wasted, drinky and whatnot. Got to meet Bra. Said hi to him. Oh, Bra's such a sweetie. They kept trying to get me to drink Four Loko, and then eventually I caved and drank Four Loko, only after realizing what was in Four Loko. Oh my god, that was a bad decision. I think if I passed on that one, it would have been like the perfect night, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, Four Loko, pretty good. There's a picture of me drinking the Four Loko with my hat on. It was pretty cool. Celio ended up offering me this little crunchy candy thing that was supposed to be like a chip snack thing. And so I decided to take a series of pictures of me eating it. There's me grabbing it from the bag. There's me sticking it in my mouth. There's me crunching on it. There's me eating it. There's the hat teleporting onto my head. Me going nuts. And yeah, that was Wednesday. That was Wednesday. There's nothing else here. That was Wednesday. Almost looks like an Animorph book cover. Kind of does. I don't know what I'm transforming into, but yeah, I was having a time. It was pretty fun. I think I ended up going back with Alakai and Creed, who I also got to meet Creed for the first time, and he is an absolute sweetie. Very handsome, too. Just saying. But you look like I'm losing my mind. Yeah, I do. I mean, I was. Did you stop by the VR chat portal? I didn't once. I think I did go around there to go to the Furry Twitch streamer meetup, the impromptu one that Meryl put together, which was pretty fun, but that was after an incident I had to deal with, which we'll hear about that soon. But yeah, that was my Wednesday. Pretty eventful, all things considered. You know, had some drinks with friends, went and got some good food. I'm spoiling Thursday. My God, let's not do that, Beta. We gotta get Thursday chronologically, okay? But yeah, overall, pretty good Wednesday in the books. I might have just gone a little bit too hard with the drinking, but that means, you know, we make up for it in the other days. It didn't really hit me like a truck or anything because Benny made sure that I had my vitamin C and hydration inside me. And so I didn't wake up with a hangover or anything. I just woke up hungry and needing some coffee. That's really it. You know, it was just more of me. I always count Wednesdays. This is why Wednesday was kind of the off day for me. I always count it as like the socially adjusting day. Like I am not in the mood or not mood, the spirit, the understanding of being able to socialize and talk with people. It's very hard for me to do that and get into it because a lot of my job and what I do is in front of these two screens. You think I'm having any physical interaction or not physical interaction? You think I'm having any physical socializing with people? Not really. Not really. And so Wednesday for me was really getting into the swing of it, socially adjusting myself so that I wasn't like a hermit and I know how to talk to people. But once Wednesday was in the books, moving on to Thursday. Thursday, or Thursday. Damn right. Thursday was quite the day. Also, thank you, random person, for the very feminine moaning in my ear. I appreciate it. But either way, day 2, Thursday, hot pot and badge decisions. What is badge decisions? Can't remember what I added for that one, but hot pot was the fun part. I got hot pot that day with a bunch of friends, and it was really, really fun. There were like 20 people there. It was actually a really good time. Either way, Thursday starts off with me getting started for the day. There was laminar flow in our sink, by the way. It got me really excited. You can see it in the reflection of the of the sink faucet. Yeah, I turned on the sink to get started with the day, and there was a laminar flow coming perfectly out of it. I was like, holy fuck, this really is a magical weekend. And so I was playing with it, having a good time. I was excited as can be. This is me waking up, exhausted. You know, it's a fit. Also, another thing that was happening, I got more of this on Thursday, and I didn't realize how meaningful it was to me to realize how much this affected me. And this is the only time I'm going to bring it up, because it doesn't really have anything to do with my, ego. I'm not trying to ego boost myself. I got a lot of compliments of people saying that I look really good, or that I've skinnied so much that my face looks skinnier, that I've lost weight. And it wasn't like I was like compliment farming in the sense of like, oh, I feel so good about myself, people think so well of me. Like, they would have, friends and people would have thought well of me regardless. It was just more of me hearing that and relating that to actually validating the results of how I was looking and feeling. Like, I haven't realized how much weight I've lost. I'm like, oh, I just kind of feel a little bit better. I've lost some weight. Okay, I gotta get some smaller short sizes. That's cool. Gotta spend more money on shorts. Great. And I gotta wear a belt. Even better. But like, it was very validating in the sense of realizing that the effects were as much as I thought they were. And so thank you for those that said nice things to me about my weight. I've started to realize it in my face. Maybe not so much here, but when I stretch it like this. My feet already hurt in this picture, by the way. I was already walking around so much that my tootsies were hurting. So yeah, it was quite a time. But thank you. I just want to say thank you guys for being
Maverick's feet.
being very nice and kind to me. Yeah. We just sucking them tootsies. Look, if anyone wants some tootsies, size 13.5 wide. I'll send you my Venmo or Cash App if you want tootsie pics. They're up for grabs. Only if you're 18 or older. You know. Just thought I had to clarify that just in case. But just saying, you can't if you like the tootsies, they're up for grabs. Venmo me. Immediately gets a sub. Thank you, Boss Mel, for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Doing some life jacks and beta 8 hearts in the chat. I appreciate that a lot. Step on me? I mean, I can if you want, Draxler. Actually, I feel like I'd want someone to step on me to kind of adjust my back. My lower back has been killing me for some time. I feel like if someone just kind of like stepped around very lightly on it and like adjusted it in place, made it like crack a little bit, it'd help a lot. It would help a lot. So yeah, I don't know. That's more of like what it is for me. Can you step on me in the sense of, can you adjust my back for me, please? Can we inflate Maverick's feet? They don't need to be inflated. These are all natural, baby. I'm not showing them on stream. That's money. It's good money. That's battle pass stuff, baby. But yeah, my tootsies hurt. That's where this all came from, by the way. My tootsies hurt real bad, and this is the face of someone whose tootsies really hurt and also needs to brush their teeth and shave a little bit. What the hell are you doing there, Beta? Get a fucking grip. You're supposed to look nice at a con. Look decent. This isn't decent. But then I changed, and then I looked a lot better. Honestly, I look pretty good in this. And then there's my badge. There's what I looked like with my badge, yeah. And also I ran into Garen and Taz. It was good getting to see him. I was just walking around the main lobby a little bit before I was about to go to Caribou Coffee to get a coffee, inevitably. You know the routine. Wake up, go to the food court, get a coffee. If I'm feeling like I really need the caffeine, get a Vietnamese iced coffee from Saigon Bites where there's no line, because that's the little life hack. If you don't want to wait in line, just go to Saigon Bites, get a Vietnamese iced coffee. But those are a little strong and too sweet for me. I just wanted something simple. But I ran into Taz and Garen. I saw them in suit. I'm like, oh my god! Fluffy animal friends that I know of, that I don't know if I'm friends with, but I know of them, and they're pretty cool and chill. I want to give them a big hug, and I said hi to them, got some awkward pics with them. When I mean awkward, I mean I was the awkward one, and they just kept doing their thing. They're such sweeties. They're good soup. Taz is good soup. I think Taz streams. If you want to go and follow Taz, go and drop them a follow. And then Garen, they're pretty cool. That sounds weird being like, oh yeah, you know Taz streams. Oh yeah, Garen, they're pretty cool. I don't mean it like that, okay? I promise. I promise. I promise. But yeah, Taz and Garen were going around. It was really lovely seeing them. They're such sweeties. But just wanted to stop them to say hi. Love the beanies on their fursuit, by the way. That is iconic. I want to add that onto mine. I don't know how. Not good with tailoring anything. So if anyone has any pointers on that, let me know. But point being, this is my view from the main space. Pretty cool. Lots of people already in suit on a Thursday, like 10 a.m. morning. It's pretty cool. There's my view from the main lobby of the hotel, the rib cage. That's what it looks like me looking at the rib cage. It was pretty cool. There's me waiting in line for coffee. They had this whole like menu thing. It was really cutesy. So this is Caribou Coffee, and they did a whole like cutesy little menu for like Wired Wolf. You can get an XL iced chai plus espresso, or you can get like the Honey Bear XL iced caramel high rise plus maple and honey. And you can add on a maple waffle. Ooh, I didn't even do any of that. At least it wasn't the AI art. We'll get into that, Somnoms. There was a bunch of different places that had AI art. One of them was interesting. But here's the way we'll talk about it later, but the way I considered it is like, they probably, and this is me being very stupid and narrow-minded and ignorant, they probably didn't know any better, and they were really just trying to be supportive of, like, the furries. I don't know if they were there for the business after all, but or they were doing it for the business of it. They're like, hey, furries at this place. Whoa, haha, cool, but, like, you know, it's just, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. I'm not supportive of it, but regardless, Caribou Coffee, they had the little drinks and whatnot. I ended up trying, I think it was the Wired Wolf, because I needed shot after shot of espresso, okay? And it was okay. It was a little too sweet for me. My go-to strat after that was not to get, like, the mixed drinks and whatnot, or not mixed drinks, was not to get, like, the hybrid coffees that they had on the menu up here. My strategy was to just get my usual, hello? Oh, there we go. I hit the right click and then it closed something. My strategy for coffee going forward at Caribou Coffee was to get large iced coffee or cold brew with oat milk. That's it. That's my usual coffee that I get. And the best part about it was like, oh yeah, here you go. Here's how you pay. And stay right here. I'll make your coffee for you. And by the time I had like rang up my card, the coffee was ready. I didn't have to wait at the little counter over there. It was pretty easy and straightforward. So that was my life hack going forward at Caribou Coffee. Line wasn't that bad. Also, that's Russ. I love Russ. It was so cool getting to see Russ. He was like, Beta, where are you? I miss you. And I'm like, oh, I'm in the food court getting coffee with friends. And I'm right here. And we took a picture getting our coffees together. I love Russ. He's really cool. He had green hair. It looked really awesome. Russ is just really awesome. We love Russ. He's really cool. But we ended up just getting coffee, hanging out. A bunch of people like came and went in the spot that we were at, which is kind of the strat that I found, is if you don't know where to go and don't have any plans, just like get a table and sit at the food court, and then people will just come and go at the table that you're at. And that's what happened literally by this like little bar area that we're at right here. we just had friends come and go, and it's like, oh, stickers, oh, say hi to friends, and that's where I saw Russ, that's where I saw Jake and Carl. Well, Jake obviously came by later, but like that's where I saw Carl and Jal. That's the word, the J word I was looking for. So I saw John and Carl, and then I was given the Jalushi, and then I face-handed it. It was pretty cool. Also, hi, Hell Jumper. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good con on your end. Hope you had a good time suiting for the first time, too. But yeah, I saw Jal. Giant enemy spider. Honestly, this is the one and only time where I'm happy to see a bug at any point within the convention space. Can I just say? One and only time I'm happy to see any sort of bug, insect-like creature in the convention space. Okay. Okay. Ooh, you're going to IHOP? Oh, hell yeah, Snibs. Look, good food. Get some good IHOP. But that's just pretty much what happened. I was sitting in this spot right here, right next to Russ, and all these friends were, like, coming by. I think Frey and Cody came by. I know Joel and Carl came by. A bunch of other friends who wanted to come and get coffee came by. And it was just, like, everyone was in this little circle right there. And like, some were opening, like, the Pokemon TCG packs. Russ introduced me to the Pokemon TCG simulator thing where you just open packs of Pokemon cards, which actually we could do that together later if you guys want after this recap. But what basically ended up happening was I wanted to open one of Russ's 10 packs, and so I'm like, put it here, and then he just slid like the pack across my nose and it opened it. I got him all sorts of EX shinies, and I was very, very upset because I wanted those EX shinies, and it did not end well for me with my luck. Okay. But pretty much just ended up chilling outside the Caribou Coffee at the con. It was pretty good. Just friends came and went. I found the Jalushi. I was given the Jalushi. Jal took a picture of me and turned it into a sticker, and I was really happy about that. After that, I think Russ needed to go to our room to store his fursuit because he was on like the 20th floor, and getting up and down in fursuit was kind of annoying. We had the space in our closet, so we ended up just getting his stuff in there, and look, there's Rufus's suit, and he just put his stuff in there, and whenever he needed to come by in suit, he'd just come by to our room, since it literally was on the way down from his room, so it was pretty convenient. And then after that, Opta came up along with Cody Yodi to come and hang out and chill while we were just decompressing, hanging out in the room. And Opta gave me these little energy chews, like these blocks of just caffeine. I might start going with these from now on at cons. I'm not gonna lie. This was top notch. Let me tell you, it's top notch. Also, yeah, the safety vest was there. I think I forgot to unpack it originally, but yeah, these little chew blocks, these are good. They definitely helped me with like staying awake and having caffeine in my system that I wanted. The only thing that was very off-putting was the texture. I was expecting it to be like a chewy gummy, but they were just so... They were just so, like, chewable. Like, they weren't chewy, but you just, like, bite through them, and it was just a block of, like, fruity, like, black cherry. I'm like, that's weird. But it was still pretty good. I had, like, 1 to 2, and he's like, yeah, you know, take, like, 1 to 2 a day. It's like a cup of coffee, or, like, I think 4 is a cup of coffee, but still. I was very grateful for Opta giving me that. I never wore... Oh, yeah, I forgot to give you the life jacket to wear a 2-piece. Look, next con, if you want to wear a Levi, you are more than welcome to. Just saying. More than happy to lend you Levi. Only requirement I have is give me some nice big hugs and snugs and cuddles, okay? Next con, Megaplex? Megaplex? That's my next con so far. Actually, no. My next con is a Woostria. My con after that is going to be Megaplex, so excited for that. Where's Maverick? He's in the closet. He's nice and clean, though, which makes me happy. Where's Maverick? Maverick misses Frey. I loved that fucking... Oh, I love that whenever Frey posts, like, some picture of his, and I reply, like, Maverick says he wants that thing. And then Frey's like, maybe Maverick should calm it the fuck down. I love it. But, okay, what happened next? Okay, so Thursday, we get Russ his stuff into his room. There's not really much for me to really do. Did I take fursuit photos on Thursday? Did I do fursuit stuff Thursday? Oh my god, okay, we're skipping through a lot of stuff. I don't think I fursuited Thursday. But I remember in the evening, Celia was putting together a KBBQ hot pot night. At like 7 p.m., we'd all get up and go to this hot pot place, KBBQ place, get some KBBQ. It'll be a good time. And so for most of the day, I think I just kind of spent it meandering. You know, friends were getting into fursuit, so I'm like, yeah, let's get you into fursuit and hang out a bit. Or like, oh, friends wanted to go around and explore, get some food and coffee. Oh yeah, let's go and explore, get some food and coffee. Not bad. Did you guys go to Bulgogi? I didn't go to Bulgogi once. That's my only regret. I heard good things about it. However, I did try the Mediterranean place for the first time. I've never felt so much love and internal happiness with eating food. Granted, when I was farting later that night, it smelled so fucking bad. I was like, I sent Rush a message. I'll go over the message later. Look, spoilers for later. But pretty much, I spent the day just going around with friends, hanging around, getting into the social swing of things. Didn't really fursuit much at all. I don't think I fursuited till Friday. Because Saturday I did the night market, and then Sunday I ended up putting Jake in my fursuit. So Thursday was just another chill day. You know, I made sure Russ was unpacked. I was just chilling in the room with friends here and there, getting some caffeine chews. And then eventually it came time to go to Korean barbecue, which was this place called K-Pot. K-Pot was pretty cool. You could do Korean barbecue and hot pot. I was with, I think it was a party of like 20 people that were going, and we were all just like taking individual Ubers and lifts to this place, and it was going to be pretty fun. I ended up having at my table, I think it was Somnoms and Viz, then it was Evan, Bra, and Jake, and me. So it was 6 people at a table. Bra ended up taking charge of the Korean barbecue part of it, and we ended up going double dipping into KBBQ and hot pot. It was a mess to deal with. I felt a little stressed, honestly. But it was so fucking good. This was delicious. This was probably like my favorite like night out for food with friends that I've had at any con. Just going to KBBQ or hot pot or both, grabbing some drinks, having a good time. I didn't end up drinking. I had this taro milk tea without boba. It was so fucking good. I wanted to, like, drink it, but as soon as I took one sip, like, half of it was gone. I'm like, I feel bad. And then I ended up opting for my hot pot to be miso broth. I don't know, nice little miso soup to warm the soul. And then here are, like, the individual pics that we took of, like, the KBBQ spot. It was pretty cool. If you want to know what it's called K-Pot, for those wondering. Wanted to go next time. And all the food we got was just, it was stacked. Like, the whole table was flooded with, like, meats, and there's Bra taking charge of the KBBQ. I'm so happy Bra did that, because I had no clue how to do that, and I wanted to just sit there and eat. I was so fucking hungry. I was starving because I hadn't eaten anything all day. But yeah, it was good. There's like the rice noodles. There's that little sauce that I made, which is literally just cilantro and green onion, and then fish sauce and soy sauce and chili oil. That's literally it. A lot of green onion in there, but it was pretty good. And then I had these little spring rolls, which were delicious too. But the meats were pretty good. Bra took charge with the KBBQ part of it. I was so happy. Made my night. Made my evening. Thank you, Bra. Shout out to Bra. Big shout out to Bra for coming in clutch there, for making all the meats happen. There's my plate. I had a whole side of kimchi. That kimchi was actually pretty good. So you cook it there for yourself. Yeah, so the hot pots were individual. So you could get your own little broth pot and then throw it in there. But the KBBQ grill was in the middle, and that was for everyone to kind of deal with. It was stressful in the sense of I wanted to initially just do KBBQ, but everyone wanted to do both. So I'm like, let's just do both. Let's just do both, make it easier. And so I did both. It was a little stressful, but friends helped make it work. Bra came in so clutch. The food was really good, though. It was really delicious. There's, like, I think the garlic chicken. There was a random tofu ball just chilling in my hot pot. It was pretty good. It doesn't look that appetizing, but it was by God, it was delicious. I got ramen. That burned me many times trying to pull it out of the pot. I got Spam, of course. You can't go wrong with Spam. It's an absolute must. You get Spam at the hot pot, okay? Because then the hot pot tastes so much more delicious. Spam is just a go-to for me. Spam is good. I'm also forgetting that I'm not showing the pictures on the screen the way they're supposed to be, so sorry about that. Learning now. Bra literally cooked everything was gonna help, but homeboy legit held the cooking tongs all the time. I was so proud of Bra. I was so happy that he was there to do that. Oh, you were the cook at your table? Good, good. Oh, I love Spam. It's so good. Look, I know it doesn't look appetizing, but know that it absorbed all the miso broth. Granted, it was filled with all whatever meat juices as is. But the food was pretty good. The meat was good. The little wonton dumplings were great. This bite was fantastic, by the way. This alone was a fantastic bite. Just with the, I think this was either brisket or like beef tongue. But God, it was so good. It was so good. And then we went back to the con, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get ready for my evening. I'm gonna get ready and well for my evening. So there's a picture of me heading back up to my room.
In this hot pot like you did the last one.
I didn't piss in the hot pot. I didn't piss in the hot pot like last one. Trust me. I mean, the miso broth was pretty cloudy as is. You know, I didn't need to add any extra texture or, you know, seasoning to it. But yeah, look, K-pot was pretty good for doing both KBBQ and hot pot at the same time. It went pretty well. I was happy with it. Granted, it wasn't obviously like the least stressful experience. I still left happy and full and content. And then I went over and bothered Frey at their table with Monty and Dutch, and that was fun. And that's really it. It was just fun to have some good food with good friends. That's all I was looking for from this. I got one night out to get like a nice meal. We're all working together to be able to eat, and I was happy with it. In my opinion, the hot pot serving sizes were small. They were, but it was still, I can't complain about it being good at the end of the day. I love being the chef during KBBQ for my friends. Look, if anyone can do it that isn't me, you're probably going to do a better job than Beta would. So I'm very grateful because I get to eat and then I get to watch awkwardly as everyone else does all the work. It's pretty good. But in all honesty, I really enjoyed Hot Pot KBBQ. All the picks that I took are kind of assorted and don't make much sense, but you know, the tea was good, the broth was good, the meats were delicious. Bra went in the paint.
No, I don't want to go. No.
Me trying to get the ramen out of the hot pot and burning my mouth.
God.
See, you'd think that this is easy to do, but my dumbass didn't decide to get a bowl for just the ramen till after, so I didn't hurt myself trying to lean over and blow on the ramen and put it in my mouth, and I burn my mouth, and then it's Jover for everyone. Yeah, forgot to do that. It was not. That's not your fault, Somnoms. I promise you, it is not your fault. It was my fault because I thought of it. I was just a coward. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm lazy. The more I keep going up to get more bowls and stuff, the more I'm gonna miss out. FOMO was fueling me at that time, thinking that I wouldn't get enough food inside me. And you know what? I paid the price. Got a little bit of splashback on the shirt. Got a little bit of hot, warm, steamy broth in my mouth. Not in the way I want to. It's fine to just blame Somnoms for a lot of things. It's okay, Anuka. They do the same thing with me all the time. Not Somnoms specifically, but many people do. They're like, oh, Beta, my boyfriend cussed me out. It's your fault. Had that happen to me at the con, believe it or not. Believe it or not, that happened to me at the con. Didn't know the guy at all. But besides that, we got back to the con. After Hot Pot, KBBQ was pretty good. We took some Ubers and Lyfts back. Benny ended up pissing off our Lyft driver because we all went back and Benny was in our car. He was like, I think someone was tickling him. I think it was Kobe who was like tickling him. He was like cussing them out. He was in like the very back. I was in the back. And then as we were pulling in, I could feel in the car and the way the driver was driving that they wanted us out of his car. And I didn't say anything. I'm like, thank you so much. And then I think Zote left like a hefty tip for it. But it's just like, we could tell he did not want us in his car. It was so funny because I hear Benny yelling the way he does in the back seat as we're Ubering and lifting back to the con. And I'm just like, Benny, you gotta chill a little. And then he just keeps going. And then I could just, as we're pulling up to the Hilton, I could feel him peel into the front of the hotel. I'm like, oh no, he wants us out. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is awkward. I felt so bad. But regardless, it was a pretty good night. I enjoyed good food with friends. And this is me heading back to the con as everyone's getting ready for their first big night of FWA Thursday night. Here's me getting my drinky poo ready, my usual concoction of Dr. Pepper and however much vodka is enough. Can't really measure it. I think it was up to like this notch right here, which wasn't that bad. And then eventually, I don't know what was going on with that. I think I was heading downstairs and I wanted to take a photo of how I was feeling at the time. So yeah, that's where Beta was. I don't think he was B2. I wasn't really ever B2 during the evening. I was just having a good time. I was like having a nice buzzed time. Look, the P banner was perfect. I had to get a Wojak pointing at it, okay? It just had to happen. And then my sister texted me. My sister texted me that evening. Keep in mind, I had given her my Nintendo Switch because I didn't want it and I wasn't using it, and she asked for it. So she messaged me, "Hi, your Switch is so ugly, no offense. I want a pink light one." And Bra saw me messaging, and I'm like, "Would you like to message my sister?" And so Bra takes my phone and sends, "Hello, I'm Beta's friend. I just think you have a cool brother that means he has a cool sister too. And yes, maybe that Switch is a little ugly, but it's trying its best. Sorry." And then and then my sister goes, "Hello, friend. Did you see my Labubu? If you want to know what Labubu is, it's Beanie Baby 2.0 in the year 2025, and she's invested in it. Glad to hear." And then she sends me whatever this is. "Stand back, kitten. I just turned my swag on and things might get a little crazy." Keep in mind, this is my sister messaging me. Actually, no joke. Actually messaging me during the con. Love that. Oh yeah, after this, Monty wanted to do the case opening party. I was going around the con space a little bit, talking with like Jake and Cody, meeting peeps, saying hi to a bunch of folks. Eventually, the case opening party happens. And everyone's opening cases, and I'm like running over there to do it. I say hi to peeps. I take a shot with, I think, Alakai, and then we dab up. We hit the perfect dab. It does that little... And so I'm like, oh yeah, baby, I gotta hit open a case. First case I open. Pretty proud of myself, to be honest. First case I open of the evening. I don't get anything better than that. They did end up opening a knife, though. It was a Huntsman Lore, I believe. Field tested, which was okay. But yeah, the clean dab, I think that's what got us the chromatic aberration. Not that I'm ever going to play CS. I mean, I could, but I suck at it. If I do, I'd love to play with, like, Nova and Two Piece and all of them. But, point being, I think my luck was stacked high that evening. It was pretty good. You know, I told Kyoju to step forward as he opened that case. What does that mean? Like, step forward? Like, hit me? I mean, I wouldn't mind if Kyoju would hit me. If he hit me, I'd apologize. Oh, to open it? Oh, well... Oof. But hey, I opened a pink, and that's pretty good. I like it. The case opening kept going. I kept being given a couple of drinks, whatever this pinnacle thing is here. It tasted like whipped cream. It was pretty good. Bra made me a drink. It was very nice. Thank you, Bra. And then someone put on Dragon Ball Z Abridged. That's all I got there. And then the party shifted. Celio handed me a pack of peanut butter crackers. They were delicious. I was definitely drunk at this point, and I was very happy to eat them. This is me eating them. Delicious. And then I met Soka. Oh, yeah, so what happened? So pretty much, I think everyone just kept partying in the room that evening, you know, drinking, tink, talking, and all that. And then I forgot Soka, my friend, Puppy Mao Soka, was at the con, and he was messaging me, Beta, but where are you? I'm like, I am on this floor doing a CS case opening party. Where are you? I'm going to be going to bed in an hour. At that point, I think it was like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and everyone was like getting ready to go to bed at some point. But I ended up seeing and meeting Soka for the first time. He came up to the room party completely like drenched, like absolutely drenched in sweat. He's like, Beta, it's nice to meet you finally. I love Soka to death. And he's like, are you sure you want to hug me? I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to bed in like a few hours anyways. Give me a big hug. And he was the sweetest. We chatted. We got some tinks, and then I got a nice picture with him to commemorate the evening. It made me really happy. He's been a friend that I've gotten to really know in the past year, and I've talked with constantly online. And I had an opportunity to meet him last FWA, but didn't really happen. But this one, I want to make sure I got to see him, and I was really, really happy. And he makes me happy, and I'm glad that I got to meet him. This is just an example of a friend who I got to turn from a mutual, as it were, into like an IRL, I met him in person friend. He's such a sweetie. Such a sweetie. I think my biggest regret was hugging my friends and not taking pics. Yeah. I mean, that was about the same for me. I took so many pics, or not as many pics as I'd like, but definitely gave lots of hugs. I mean, granted, I would just have a lot more pics in general that I wouldn't be able to show on stream. But point being, this is how I ended my night. Just hanging out with friends, chatting, partying. That's something that shifted a lot more with me. I haven't really been like the party type. Oh, wait, I forgot. There was a party in between the case opening party. Here, I was going to another party that I was invited to very last second. I can't say what kind of party it was, but it was a really fun party. And I got to meet some new peeps, and I got to chat with some old ones, and it was really nice and really fun. There was karaoke. It was a good time. It was a good time. And I got to cuddle a friend, and that was fun too. We just chatted. There was like the party room, and I was like, here's the thing. It was an 18 plus party. It was just an 18 plus party. That was pretty much it. 18 plus theme party. That was it. Not specifically any like Mersuiter party or jockstrap party. It was just, you know, no pants party pretty much. That's the way to put it. I have found a good routine for parties. I love, you know, the ones where the room is busy, energy is high, but I'm one of those where I love looking for the least busy areas. The least busy areas of the room, and just finding like a nice couch to sit and chat on while like two other fursuiters are porking on the bed on the side, and I'm just chatting, catching up with friends, and we're just having our own little chat conversation, observing the rest of the party. That's what I ended up finding, and I was very grateful for it. And then eventually I think the party ended up capping out. And then I'm like, oh, hey, I spent a good amount of time at this party. I want to jump over to the case opening CSGO, CS2 case opening party that Monty wanted to do. So I did that. Pretty much my Thursday night was jumping between room parties and just saying hi to peeps. So I jumped from one after dinner, jumped to another, hung out there, and then that's how I ended up, you know, case opening party and then seeing friends. That's just, I feel like I'm getting into a good rhythm with it. Like, I'm not normally in this vibe of, like, I want to go to a room party. Because, like, I'm very anxious socially. In fact, I actually get very scared going to any sort of party, so I try to avoid that. But like in the past year, I've been going to more and more even local parties. And so it kind of carried over where like even before the con, I was invited to like 5-6 different chats for like parties that were going on. So I'm like, well, the least I can do is show up and say hi, you know, at least common courtesy for someone thinking about me. And so I did that, and I'm really grateful that I did. It was a little bit anxious and a little bit socially exhausting with going to like 2 to 3 different parties in one evening, like room parties and just saying hi to people, meandering around. But I enjoyed it, and I got to meet new people, and I got to really put myself out there differently and try a new perspective, a new part of like the whole furry community in general that I haven't, because I've been too anxious to do so. But it was really nice. I'm glad that I did. I went to my first furry 18+ party at a con. I went to another CS party, and it was good. Did you do Tiki Party? That was the one I wasn't able to because I had obligations at the time. It was the one I just wasn't able to. I wish I had, but I couldn't. I feel bad. Did you do Tiki Party 2-piece? I didn't go to the ramen party either. I wish I had. I was so fucking tired. I was running on fumes. But, sorry. What was it? I did my party. I did the CS party. Had a good night. Where was this? I think this was me taking a massive poop that night before I went to bed. Because what happened was after I had said goodnight to Soka, I went back to my room. And I was like, I'm so tired. I just want to shower. I'm filled with love and happiness and booze mainly and water. I got to piss so bad. I got to poo so bad. And so I did that. And then I showered and then I went to bed. And that was my Thursday evening, which was pretty good. It was a solid 10 out of 10. Wednesday, banger. Thursday, banger. Friday, spoilers, was a banger with a little bit of a hiccup. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But now we have Friday, day 3. Beta fills himself with microplastics and follows Frey and Cody to their date dinner. The cockroach FurCon situation is feral. What does any of this mean? Are you going to find out? You're going to find out. Starting off where I wake up and go down to get Caribou coffee. Wanted a nice coffee. This is where I do my life hack. Iced coffee, oat milk. They get it to me immediately. Pretty good. Got some homophobic chicken. It's pretty good, honestly. Pretty good. The only thing that I regret is I didn't get the Mediterranean food place sooner. So good. I wish I had. I'm replacing, specifically in the future, I'm replacing Chick-fil-A with that Mediterranean place. It's so good. Aviva. It was so fucking good. Oh my god. Oh, I regret that I didn't get it sooner because I was too scared to until someone told me I needed to do it or they would be upset with me forever. And I'm like, well, you know, I have no choice. I have no choice now. But regardless, when I got coffee and food, found Russ in the food court, found specifically where he sat down and wanted to get a big whiff of that. Just go, oh, fuck. Did Russell Fluff sit here? And yes, I did that. And he made sure to put his butt in the shot, so I saw it at the same time. In the shot, yeah. So Russ actually gave me his seat so I could sit down and eat and get my coffee in my body. And yeah, I was very grateful. He started doing this thing now where he's like, oh my god, are you the beta? Oh my god, I love the beta. Oh, of course you can take my seat. It would be an honor. But yeah, that happened. It was pretty good. Coffee and food was pretty good. After that, I kind of took some pictures of myself. I don't know where this was from. This is where I was sitting down. This was, oh yeah, we were on our way to the dealer's den after. Right. Went to the dealer's den. This is our appointment for Friday at 1 p.m. on the virtual queue to go to the dealer's den. Me, Cody, and Jake went, and all I could really do is take some pictures of myself and whatever booth I ended up getting stuff from. There's a picture of myself. There's a picture of the booth that I went to and got a few shirts at. I love this. The cool art corner. The vibes here are immaculate. Tummy ache survivor. This one says, I want to see God. And it's just coffee and ADHD med. I ended up getting my previous roommate, ML, the $1.50 Glizzy shirt from Costco. The shirt that I got myself was the microplastics one. Let me speed ahead. Here we are. I don't care if I have microplastics in my body. You know what else is in there? Love, joy, kindness. They will take care of the microplastics. I love this shirt. Impulse purchase, really glad that I did. Got 2 shirts from the dealer's den, one for my roommate and one for me. I love it. Love it. After that, I kind of just went around the dealer's den, said hi to the Rocky's Roastery coffee place. Absolutely love getting to meet the owner. They're very, very sweet. Went to the AD dealer's den. It was okay. Half of it was Bad Dragon. The other half, I couldn't even shop there, even if I wanted to buy something. They'd probably be like, no, buy. And I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, but that's another story for maybe later. Point being, it was aight. Like, it was aight to just see. It was very congested and packed. I did actually get some fursuit spray that I forgot that I didn't bring. So, yeah, it was kind of necessary I went to Dealer's Den so that my fursuit is maintained somewhat. But, yeah, it was an okay visit. It wasn't, like, blow me away, new, innovative stuff. It's just okay. It seemed okay. And then after that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to chill in my room for a little bit, get some rest, you know, hang out with friends. And I think what ended up happening was I just got ready for whatever else, went back to the room. They made the beds, was very grateful for that. For some reason, I took a picture sequence of me voring you guys. This is a sequence of me voring you guys, by the way. Get vored, loser, idiot, dummy. I decided, I'm like, oh man, I miss Hunter. He likes Vor. I'll send this to him. And I sent a series of him. Series of pics of me pretending to Vor the camera. It's pretty great. You know, you could sell these pics, I'm just saying, but you get them for free. Okay. Anyhow, went to outside to check. It's pretty banging out. People were just going around doing their thing. There's Electro over there. Why do I know that? Benny pointed him out. There's Electro. Yeah, we love Electro. I don't know what happened after that. I think I was supposed to get in suit later. What happened? That's the problem with, like, doing FurCon recaps later. Unless I've written down exactly what I did each day, I will forget what happened sequentially. So all I remember is like, okay, did I go back out to the con lobby? Did I go and get food? Did I go and hang out with friends? Did I go and nap? Did I go and get water? Did I cry in the shower? I don't know. Also, I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. I don't feel comfortable looking at my face doing that. But this is Friday. Right, Friday. I unpacked and organized a little bit. That would change very quickly within the span of 24 hours, give or take. I did some organization of my shirts, shorts, all the pants and clothing that I had, Under Armour, whatever. Changed it into a new shirt and decided to partial around the con a little bit. Throw on my fursuit head. Sorry, demons. Threw on my fursuit head. Took some nice pics. This is the first picture that I took where I really saw how much weight I had lost. And it was really rejuvenating and revitalizing to see that. Because I had gotten, I think this is like an XL or 2XL. And I usually wear 3XL for shirts. So I wore this and it fit perfectly fine. And I was I'm very happy. I'm happy. And this shirt looks good on me. I like going around partialing as Levi. And it was nice to be able to do. I went around for a little bit, got a few pics with friends, kind of carried around my fursuit head for a little bit, and decided, you know what, I have a sequence of me voring the camera as human beta. What if I do that as Levi beta? So I decided to get close to the camera and start voring you. Oh, and there's human beta inside. Oh, well, Levi's already voring. He's got that covered. Don't need to do any of that. But yeah, there's Nova. we love Nova. After that, I went out to the con space. I got super hot going around in fursuit, so I took my head off and I'm like, I am way too hot. And so Creed was there and did the whole thing of like, I've never worn a fursuit before. I'm like, would you like to? And then I gave it to him and he wore Levi. And then I guess Moon wore Celio. How do I know it's Moon? Moon was the only motherfucker wearing like flannel pants, wearing like basically like nightwear pantings pantaloons throughout the entire con. Whenever you saw him in like fleece or flannel pants, you knew it was Moon. So yeah, I knew it was Moon. But yeah, it was Moon as Seal, or Orin, which actually I just gotta make sure. Is Orin still there? Oh, there is Orin. He's still there. We love Orin. Hope you're doing well, Orin. Make sure to pet Orin. Pet Orin, okay? I'm giving Orin pets. Do not let him feel like he's trying to get your attention and you're ignoring him. Give him some nice pets. I'm petting Orin right now, right on the snoot. Good boy. Good Orin. Big fan of the feet pics, by the way. Anyhow, where are we before? Oh, yes. So Levi vores the camera. Creed gets to wear Levi, and he had some, according to him, some very interesting people that came up to say hi to him, which, just to know, just be respectful and chill when you come up and say hi, please. Don't say uncomfy things. Don't grab my ass. Don't touch me in inappropriate ways. Ask before touching. I get social anxiety, and other things might involve the hindrance of that, but please just treat me like a person. That's really all I ask for. Don't make it weird, please. And if you're worried about it making it weird, you're probably not making it weird. I promise you that. But yeah, I don't even know why I'm saying this. It's not going to change anything for those that don't watch it. It's kind of like, you know what it reminds me of? Which I want to do a whole separate like YouTube short on it later in video. Remember on Twitter before the con, people were making posts about like how to find me at FWA and like check marks and then like crossed out X marks of like what you should do when you see me. It's like say hi, ask for hugs, get a picture with me, ask for a hug. What not to do with me, grab me without asking, follow me back to my room. And it's just like, I love those posts because it's stuff that should intrinsically, not be happening. Like stuff like, don't do this to me, and you just shouldn't be doing that, period. But it's like, what is the expected, response from this? What is the expected idea? That, like, that one fucking creep is gonna look at the post and be like, oh, man, well, they said I can't follow him back to the room, so guess I'm just not gonna do that now. like, dude, they were gonna do it regardless, sadly. I don't know. It's one of those funny things of like what not to do when you see me. Follow me back to my room, grab me inappropriately. And it's like, yeah, we should be doing this intrinsically. It shouldn't be you ask people not to do that. But it's also like, what is the expected response? What are you expecting will happen? That one creep who's reading your tweet is like, ah, shucks. Well, guess I can't do that. Can't do that now because they said I can't. I did put do not lift me because we will both fall down. I'm 6'3". That made sense. Yeah. I don't know. Just, I don't know. That might be a conversation for later. But that whole set of posts that I saw on Twitter was really funny to me. It was just like, what do you expect? Like, oh, man, shucks. Guess I can't do that now. Oh, don't follow this guy back to their room awkwardly? Oh, man, well, guess I can't do that because they said not to. I don't know, it's just funny and weird, but also not great that this is a norm. I remember seeing, like, one post where people were, like, where someone was asking, like, is this a common thing? Like, do people actually deal with stalkers and people awkwardly following them? And many people were like, yes. And I was like, yes. Multiple times per con, sometimes. Sadly. But yeah, it's just a little funny note. Either way, back to the fun con experience. Creed as Levi. Celio as Moon as Celio or Orin. More pictures of Creed. Monty ended up showing up to do cases in the lobby. I have a few videos of that, which was really funny. But yeah, Monty went around with his little laptop. What do you mean you missed the recap? We're like, Russ, we're not even on the juicy meat and bones of it. We're not in the burger of, like, the burger essay yet. We're getting there. Also, we love Russ. Hi, Russ. Russ is really cool. Can we get a shout out for Russ and then Frey and then Russ again? I love Russ. He's really cool. He held hands with me in the room while we were partying and having drinks. It was fun. It made me happy. But while we were going around, while Creed was wearing my fursuit, Monty showed up to do some skin case openings from CS, you know, with the CS cases. But yeah, cases ended up happening. I opened a few, didn't get anything good. That's what I got. The P2000 Sure Grip, a blue skin. Didn't really matter. But yeah, Monty just went around with his laptop and was like, beta, open cases. I'm like, okay. And then I got nothing. And then this is Monty being horizontal. Actually, not horizontal. I just couldn't fit the aspect ratio onto the page, so I turned it horizontally. But yeah, there's Monty opening a case or watching a case being opened. We love Monty. Monty's really cool. And then someone in the lobby gave me this little package of like, hey, beta, want this? I'm like, is it a bomb? And they're like, no. I'm like, oh man, well, I guess I'll have it anyways. And it was actually a really cool fidget spinner. I actually really liked it. It's much better quality than other fidget spinners that I've had. And I was playing with it in my hand the whole con. And then they're like, oh, hey, beta, you want this? And I'm like, is this a bomb? And they're like, no. I'm like, damn it. But it ended up being measuring tape, like Taylor's measuring tape, which was pretty cool. So I got some use out of that. I actually needed it because someone was asking for my waist measurements for a reason. Yeah, I didn't have the right measurements, sadly. Too big bones, sadly. But still, regardless, that was my adventure in the con lobby, partialing as Levi. And I think, oh yeah, I went back to the room and fursuited in general. So here's the thing. All of my fursuit photos came from my friend Jake while I was out and about suiting. He sent me, or at least the files that he sent me, his photos were .heic or something, which this does not like HEIC photos, nor does Windows in general. So I put this little reminder here, because I'm an idiot, to not forget fursuit photos. So this was when, after I was just chilling in the room for a little bit, decompressing a little after socializing, after cases and Creed going around, I got into fursuit at FWA, and it was pretty fun. I won't gonna lie. It's pretty good. Let me see if I can get some of the pics up, because they were pretty fun. Wait, hold on. I can just do this and then bring up the file explorer. There we are. Okay, so now I gotta go into it. Pictures, not porn. Where is it? Furry stuff. Yeah, this one. Conventions, FWA 2025, and now we go all the way down to Friday, where I'm in suit, and I'll just throw a couple of pictures on the screen of my fursuit adventures. So, Jake ended up handling for me while I was going out and about in suit, and he was such a good handler. He made me so happy to have someone guiding me while I was just going around in suit, getting stopped, which just happens inevitably. You know, people want pics and want to say hi. It was nice. He was such a good handler, because instead of sitting in one space constantly, it was like, oh, hey, let's move around the space. So we kind of went around the perimeter of the con, and it was really nice to have someone guiding me around. I really appreciate it. Shout out to Jake Werepanther for being an awesome fursuit handler, helping me get around the con space, helping me take pics. It was really nice to get to do that with him. And also I ran into a cute cat. Look at the cute cat. I said hi to the cute cat. It was nice to see the cute cat. And then I was told to get into a picture with Monty and Light, who were out and about. And I decided, you know what? Let's do something funny. Let's jump on the floor and pretend to die. And I'm like, whoa, that's got to be fun. And I'm like, oh, my hip hurts only a little bit. It only hurt like a smidge landing on the floor like that. I'm like, oh, I cushioned my fall enough. My hip still hurts so fucking bad, by the way. I cannot sleep on the right side of my body. So yeah, but the pick was pretty good. That was fun. Also, damn, everyone was right. My ass is matted as fuck. Look at that. Look at how matted that ass is. Holy shit. Jesus. But yeah, got that cool pick. What happened after that? There's a couple of others. Oh yeah, Cody showed up and I got some pictures with him. Look at Cody. I love Cody. That's why I wanted to get in suit too, because he was going around and wanted to get some pictures with me and wanted to say hi. And I want to get pictures with Cody Yodi. Look at him, he's so cute. I love Cody. Got some nice pictures with him. Jake ended up helping me with a few Malachi, you doing okay there? But just like scoot. Yeah, Cody and Jake. Cody and me. Look, this running a million miles a minute. I gotta slow it down a little. Me and Cody in Sue. We got some nice pics together. I think there's a nicer one near the end. Yeah, it was this one. Aww, I love that. I love Cody. He was so awesome and so cool. Oh, and then I ran into Two Piece too. I want to get a picture with Two Piece. Look at Two Piece! I finally got a pic with him when we're both in fursuit. That was my goal this con, not just to get a pic with him in general, because I haven't seen Two Piece at all outside of suit before this con. I wanted to also get a suit pic with him, because I love Two Piece. He's so sweet. Look at how cute he is. Big doggy. I love the big doggy. But yeah, that's pretty much the extent of fursuit photos I got that day. And it was just kind of me going around saying hi to folks, giving hugs, getting to see peeps, and it was a good time overall. But after that, and suiting, desuiting, getting ready for dinner, which I did have plans to go and get ramen with Cody and Jake and a few other friends. It's a good time. If you're wondering what the group chat looked like, this was pretty much all that was going on. Alcohol! Like, that was pretty much what everyone was doing, of like, where's the party at? And then it's like everyone partying at night. But before then, I had to, of course, get ready for the Moonlight Festival. At 7 p.m., that Friday evening was when the virtual queue opened for the Moonlight Festival, or the night market. I got on as soon as I could, and I was number 1,192 in line. But we ended up getting a spot, and I ended up going in just in time at 9 p.m. because I wanted to make it to my lovely friend Two Piece's set that evening on Saturday at 10 p.m. So I wanted to make sure I had ample time to get in because I wanted to be there to support Two Piece. Which also, hi, Two Piece. I love Two Piece. Two Piece is so cool. Go and watch Two Piece, by the way. Shout out to Two Piece. He's a good soup friend of mine. But I wanted to make sure I got in at ample time to be able to see Two Piece's set. Because I wanted to support a friend. I wanted to support what they're doing, and I wanted to... If I've been to his other like sets in like VR and whatnot, I wanted to see what the deal was. I wanted to enjoy it IRL. And let me tell you, my body hurt after that. I was sweating profusely, but God, it was so much fun. So much fun. That line was crazy at first. It was, and that's what worried me. But besides that, I did get in the queue. I got in for 9 p.m. to go to the Moonlight Festival. Taken care of, more or less, I'd like to hope. So I did that while I was on the way in the Uber to this place called E-Ramen. This was probably the best ramen I have had so far. I am not even joking. This was probably, outside of KBBQ and Hot Pot, the best like sit-down meal that I've had with friends ever. It was just such a good meal overall. And this is also happened to be the same place where Frey and Cody went for their little date night. And I saw them. I saw the picture that they posted. Like, oh my God, we're at ramen. I'm like, oh my God, they're there. They're going to think we're following them. Can't believe you crashed my date. I can't believe it either. I totally didn't plan for this. Look. It was good. I, at the very least, was like, I'm not going to go over to them and bother them. I'm going to let them be. And then Frey took a picture of me from a distance at the table. I'm like, God damn it. He knows. But E-Ramen was so good. If I can tell you a really nice place to go out of your way, get an Uber or a Lyft to go and get some food with good friends too, go to E-Ramen. It is so good. And the staff there were so, like, chill. They were just so curious about what everyone was doing. They were there to have a good time. They're like, oh yeah, you know, try this drink sort of thing. This is what we recommend. And they were just chatting it up. We were at the bar, eating ramen, having some good drinks. Happy hour? That doesn't exist in my state, believe it or not. that's a little bit of an icebreaker that I used with people there that they weren't really interested in. I'm like, okay, guys, fun fact, this place has happy hour. My state does not have happy hour. Massachusetts has a 0 happy hour in the state. There's no drink in the state either. And they're like, huh? I'm like, yeah. And then they went on to whatever conversation they did. I'm like, awesome. I did such a good job with that. I wanted Frey to be my third wheel at Alec and I's anniversary dinner. Wait, can that still happen, Russ? Can I be the third wheel? Is there like a sign up spreadsheet or like Google form I can fill out? Where do I apply for this? Where do I apply? But these drinks were actually pretty good. I ended up getting this like green matcha tea one, which actually was really fucking nice. But this was the city area outside of the ramen shop. It was actually really nice and really pretty, so it was nice to see. There's a picture of me awkwardly staring at the camera, taking a pic, but yeah. Either way, if Wade doesn't want to, we can invite you next time, Beta. Rats. That's okay, though. But this is where we sat at the bar. Really fucking nice to just chill and sit there. Merlot, I don't know if it's Merlot or Merlot. They ended up wanting to try this aged, I think it was sake. It was some drink. This aged drink. Merlot. Okay, it was Merlot. They wanted to try this, like, aged drink, and they ended up getting the bottle because they wanted to bring it back with them. So they're like, hey, just have some of these drinks. This was so smooth. You could not taste any alcoholic bite in it. I don't know if it was sake or whatever it was. It was so sweet and refreshing. It did not have any bite to it, but God, it was good. It was really good. And then they all decided they wanted to do sake bombs. And I'm like, whoa, I've done sake bombs before. Those are pretty cool. And then Sammy, who was next to me, was like, what's a sake bomb? How do you do a sake bomb? I'm like, oh, this is what you do. You know, you get the chopsticks, you put them on top of the glass, you put the other glass, this one on top of it, you slam the counter, and then it drops it in, and you just chug it immediately. This is where I had proved that I am a fraternity brother to a bunch of other friends when I had my first ever sake bombs. They're like, whoa, Beta, what the fuck? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, just casual sake bomb. And they're like, I didn't know you knew how to do that. I'm like, yeah, I'm in a fraternity. They're like, you're in a fraternity? And then it's like... But I ended up doing the thing with the sake bomb. It was pretty good, too. I was feeling a little bit buzzed at that point. There's a picture of the e-ramen thing and all that. Go and check out e-ramen. Go to e-ramen if you haven't at the con. But I had the sake bomb. Why are there two pictures of the sake bomb there? That's weird. I'm bad at this. Organization is not my forte. I ended up ordering this crispy rice spicy salmon. So good. Oh my God. It was so good. My God. Like, I needed some level of sushi to some extent. I hadn't had sushi at all in so long. This is my take on, like, sushi. With a crispy rice, spicy salmon, this weird ranch sauce that was like, it was like a lime ranch, and then jalapenos. One biter, perfect. It was so good. So good. And then after that, I got my drink, which was this like matcha citrus drink. Don't know what it was called per se, but it had like a spoonful of matcha or like tea in it. It was actually really good. It was really refreshing and very earthy. And then I got my ramen, which was the Big E, whatever ramen, the signature ramen they had. Hands down, best bowl of ramen I have ever had in my life. And here's the thing, too. I have been around to different ramen spots in Boston. When I, like, hang out with the Nexka, we'd go and get ramen at that little ramen shop. Always so good. It never not fucks so hard. It's so good and just so to the point. And it's like kind of like a traditional ramen like shop style where you have the little tables and you just serve ramen. That's it. This was so fucking good. This blew it out of the water. It was so good in every little way. So creamy. It was just like tonkatsu. It was just like the pork belly with the pork broth and then like the little meat, whatever this is, and it was like chili oil and then the egg, and I kind of wish they gave me the full egg, but it was half of egg. But like, it was so good. I finished the whole bowl. Like, I literally was taking it, going up to my mouth, and just so good. I loved it. Oh my God. So delicious. And then they had the picture of outside. It actually looked really nice with the lights and whatnot, you know. Epicurean, don't know what that means. Reverence, Epicurean again. Lights were pretty nice. And then I took a selfie of myself just doing my thing there. Yeah. I don't know, just wanted to take a picture of, like, the city, because I like nice lights, you know? Date night spot for real? Well, let me take you next time, two-piece. Let me take you next time. There we go. GG easy. Look, next FWA. Okay. Before we spoil what comes next. Clear your mind of good thoughts, okay? Clear your mind of good thoughts. Because we're going into something that's rather fucking disgusting. Complete polar opposite to the good ramen. Have the good ramen as the experience, okay? There's good stuff that happens later. Here, by the way. This is where I, like, handle for Russ. I love Russ. I love Rufus. He's such a handsome dog. But that happens later. Later, after the incident. Who is that? It's Russ, two-piece. Or Rufus. He's such a cutie. And very handsome. I can't say the things I want to on this stream, but later. I told you, two-piece. He's very handsome dog. We love handsome dog. But after we get back from ramen, we're all digesting. We say our goodbyes for then, and we're going to meet up later. Go and get some drinks and tink-tinks and whatnot. I went back to my room. Everyone was kind of chilling there. Ryder, SK, Russ, Nexka, Evan. I think they were watching, like, TikToks on their phone with their butts out on the bed, and I'm like, wow, Evan's caked up. And so I'm like, wow, I want to get dressed up for tonight since I'm going to be going around getting some tink-tinks and drinks and all that. What's going to do here? So we see what comes soon. Getting some drinks and tink-tinks. So I go to the bathroom. Take off my shorts, start, like, changing, washing up. I go to, like, the shower area. I look back at the sink. Underneath the sink, the biggest, and I genuinely mean the biggest fucking cockroach crawls out from under the sink. And as if it's like a fucking cartoon, crawls directly into my shorts that are on the ground. Cockroach warning. There it is. And of course, my phone and my wallet are in my pocket too. So fuck my life, I have to deal with this. Giant-ass cockroach, and also I crushed it over on the left side. That's it dead, by the way. What ended up happening was a cockroach came out of our sink. I wanted out immediately. So I go back out to the main room, and I'm like, hey guys, a cockroach just came out of the sink. I need help. And immediately Russ is interested. He's like, ooh, I can take care of this. You know, this isn't a problem. Looks in my shorts and looks at it. He's like, oh, no. And just steps back. Nexka, who has, like, the biggest shoes out of any of us here, and who just does not give a fuck. He's just like, all right, I'll take care of it if you guys won't. Just comes in, gets his shoes on, sees the cockroach. Oh, no, I've got... Nah. Could I play the video? I think I can play the video. Evan ended up taking a video of the cockroach. Of him recording it from a distance. Let me grab it. I just got to make sure nothing else inappropriate plays beforehand. Okay? I do not want to show anything that shouldn't be shown. But Evan ended up playing a video of the cockroach, of just spectating, because it's a spectator sport at this point, in my shorts. Hold on, where is it? Shit.
Who are you sending this to?
Oh, the video's so small. Hold on. So, we have a wonderful video from our friend, Evan_Sue1, Evan Soul, taking a video of the cockroach that's in my shorts, who, let me remind you, was not helping or contributing to the event, and was just spectating. Everyone was spectating this. And I ended up taking charge and taking care of it. But Here's the video that he took, which is fucking hilarious, because Evan is genuinely... should be protected. He is so precious and such a gem. Just listen, okay? Just listen. There's a video.
Evan, who are you sending this to? Oh my god!
Evan, I love him so much. I love him so much. That his like yells at the end are just so perfect. Like just that's disgusting. I hate it. I feel like I'm on Terraform Mars. I feel like I'm in the fucking anime Terraform Mars right now with that giant ass cockroach.
Oh my god! Evan.
We love Evan. We love Evan. But yeah, long story short, the cockroach crawled out of my shorts. I had my shoes on at the time, and it was making a run for the door. I'm like, no the fuck you aren't, and I crushed it. I stepped on it. I know you're not supposed to step on it because that's how you can get eggs stuck in your shoes, but made sure to take care of that later. Don't you worry. And that's the crushed cockroach on the floor. I made sure to take pictures and videos because our plan after that was to go to the front desk and tell them, hey, there was a cockroach in our room. Help us the fuck out. Why is it twitching its antenna at you? Because it knew. It knew it was going to die. It knew it was going to happen. It was trying to put a curse on me near the end. But that was the hiccup in our evening. After that, I think everyone kind of went elsewhere. We took care of the cockroach, threw it away. Evan ended up going to the front desk to report it and ask, like, hey, can you send someone to take care of it? And they had said, oh, yeah. We'll send someone by tomorrow morning to take care of that. Whatever that meant. Whatever that meant. And I was going to go down later that next morning or afternoon to go and be a Karen about it because that was just unacceptable. Having a cockroach in your hotel room is a health hazard. It is a health hazard, period. And so I'm not going to accept anything like, oh, we'll take care of it later because I don't want to sleep in a room with cockroaches. I want, at the very least, if I'm forced to stay in this room for another night, I want at least a night comped. I want at least one night comped for our reservation because that is unacceptable. Yeah, the cockroach being like, is that the Beta Eta Delota? Maybe that's what it realized. He's like, oh my god, I'm in the Beta Eta Delota shorts. But after the cockroach, Russ wanted to get into fursuit. That's when I actually let him try on my cooling vest, which he told me it turned into lava after a few hours of him fursuiting, but helped him get into fursuit. I wanted a handle for him because I actually love handling and hanging out with Russ while he's in suit because he's really cool. But I had a good time doing that. I ended up getting more Swifty. I think Snowy came by to say hi before he went off to do whatever else he was doing. But after that, everything was sunshine and rainbows. Little hiccup. Little disgusting event that I feel proud of myself for taking care of as an adult. Adulting is hard. Say you're proud of me, please and thanks. But it ended up being an awesome night after that. Had a couple of drinks, went around the con with Russ or Rufus. We took some pics together. He held my face. It made me feel really happy. And he got some pics with some other fursuiters there. Don't know who they are, but they're very adorable. Ended up taking some selfies. There's me doing my thing. We're into like somewhat B2 territory, by the way, here. We're into Beta has had some drinkies and is having a really, really, really good night. And is just going around the main space hanging with friends. I believe I was asked to come up to a room to get some drinks with like Jake and whatnot. Also, hi Jake, how are you doing? This is what I was doing when I wasn't at that room party getting drinks with you, by the way. I was in the lobby going around with Russ or Rufus. Hi Jake. Can we get a shout out for Jake? I love Jake. He's really cool. Jake, I hope you're doing well. I miss you lots. We love Jake. You're always new here, Jake. Shameless, Jake isn't lying. He's always new here, okay? He's always new here. Jake should have ordered another boba. Should have gotten me a boba. But Jake, I hope you're doing well. Can we get a shout out for Jake if we haven't already? I can't really check because Twitch chat, I can't see that right now. fully. But Jake, I love Jake. I miss Jake so much. I had such good adventures with Jake this past weekend. It was so good. But this is what you actually missed out on, Jake, because I think you had invited me up for drinks in a room, and I was like, oh, hey, I'm handling for Rufus. He's going around. He's in my room. I have his room key, so I gotta, stay with him. And so this is what I was doing, just going around the con space. This is where I saw Dusky. We love Dusky. Dusky got a picture with Russ, and then Evan showed up. We got this nice picture all together. I love my friends so much. Evan, Russ, Dusky, so many good peeps. Then I saw Jawl in fursuit, and then I yelled giant enemy spider at the camera and took a picture with him. And we got some really interesting close-ups. It was popping. I think at this point it was around like 10, 11 p.m. that Friday night. The vibes were immaculate. Like, this was just going around the main space here was so much fucking fun. This is where I actually got that Dubai truffle chocolate, by the way, that someone gave to me. It was so good. Thank you again, whoever did that. It was so good. But it was such a good time. Such a good time. Oh my god, it's Fway. I love Fway. I was scratching his little badge because he has that, jockstrap bulge on, and I'm like, is it scratch and sniff? And every time he tells me it's not scratch and sniff. But here's the thing. I don't know that in the moment. What if all of a sudden he added scratch and sniff for the bulge in his badge? I wouldn't know that unless I tried, and so I am going to try every time, even if he doesn't want me to. But you said scratch and sniff for my badge. Yeah, I know, Jake. What if one day it all of a sudden is a scratch and sniff, and I don't scratch it in that moment? Then I'm missing out. You can do that? Probably not. But I don't know that. Exactly. I don't know that. But yeah, I got a picture with Fway. I love Fway. It's kind of reminiscent of the picture we got last year, which was really fun. Frey always looks so fucking good. Goddamn Frey. Never change. Never change. And I mean never. I'll be watching you, just like you never want Maverick to change. You better not change either. I don't know what I'm doing. And also, Benny and Frey got a pic together. That was nice to take a pic of them. That was nice to see. What else happened here? Oh yeah. I don't know what was going on here. Later in life, if I ever have grandchildren, I'm gonna tell my grandkids that this was me and my dog. This was me and Maverick. I'm gonna tell my grandkids that this was Hall and Oates. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I love getting very uncanny, out-of-pocket pictures with my friends. It makes the whole con experience, I'm telling you. But, picture with Frey, sorry. Frey's so cool. I love Frey. And then there's Benny and Frey. I love Benny and Frey. They're really cool. And hey, there's Alec. I love Alec. He's really cool and gave me a big hug. I wanted him to sit on me, but he said no, respectfully. But yeah, he's really cool. I got a nice pic with him because he makes me happy. And there's Russ with the cooldown vest, which he said at the time was lava, which is actually the reason why I'm using the cooldown vest, which if you didn't know, easy cooldown after I did that video on, the cooldown vest being used in the military or being used by military troopers or whatnot. They ended up sending me a full vest, just for free. And they wanted me to just be like, yeah, here's a vest if you want to try it. And I want to do a review of said vest, just to see how it is, because I think as a common courtesy, if they're going to go out of the way to send me a vest, I might as well use it. Granted, it took me 6 to 7 months to remember that I got the vest in the first place. It was still nice to try. So, Russ got to try it for the first time. He said it was pretty good, but eventually the ice packs ended up melting and heating up, and it turned into lava. So he was very hot. He's like, my body is lava. I'm like, okay, we're going to go and desuit you now. And that's what we did. And it was great. And then I threw the ice packs on the floor. It was really interesting, though, because he said they were lava. Uh-oh. He said they were lava, but, like, they were still kind of semi-frozen to some extent. It was really weird how it worked. But either way, that's what they looked like after. I was pretty happy about it. After that, I ran into Naki, who was wearing shirts from my friend Simple Nix, who I wanted to send pictures to and tell them, like, hey, you know, people love your stuff, because I know that they were really worried about whether what they were doing was good or not, with, like, being a vendor, making art, and making, you know, all these badges and stuff. And I wanted to show them that, you know, people like their stuff, you know, because everyone needs that every so often, you know, and everyone's wondering and scared about what they're, if they're doing well or not. But I ran into Naki, and then we talked about, was it with Naki or was it with Nami? We talked about Kingdom Hearts, and then we talked about Dead by Daylight. I think we talked about Dead by Daylight with Naki. And then Nami came by, and then they were like, what are your opinions on Aqua? I'm like, she is just the mom of the group, from an angsty teen and one that turned into a vegetable. But that's besides the point. What happened later that evening? Oh, yeah. Desuited Russ, went back down to the con space to say hi to some friends, hung out with Jake and Cody for a bit. I think I went to some room to get some tink-tinks and whatnot that evening. But after that, after making sure everything was all good, Carl and Jal ended up asking me if I wanted to get food with them. And I'm like, 3 a.m. food adventures like last year? Sign me up. And I think we ended up ordering food. That fell through because Uber Eats was stupid, and they're like, hey, you should order from the last place you were at. Just kidding, it's at the TFF hotel. Good luck. And so that's where it ended up being delivered to, and but it was still taken care of regardless. After that, it was like 4 a.m. after sitting and chatting. We're all just hanging about. This is a picture that Russ took of me as I was chilling. What a great little phone background. I do like that. Ooh, I do like that. We love late night food adventures. We do too. I was just a little socially burnt out at that point. And I'll at least admit this. I'll admit this live on stream. I had a moment where I thought a friend who I had never met before was a random weird follower, because I had seen them around waiting to say hi to me, and I wasn't able to get to them because I was distracted, but I knew who they are. I didn't know who they were. And this is my bad. It's my bad for having the attitude of being kind of avoidant. Later that evening, after the food had fallen through and I was making sure friends were all good, getting water and ready to head back to my room, Ender, you know, the little weirdo we love, came up to me and said, hi, Beta. I had no clue who he was. And I thought he was one of the weird, creepy followers that I have from time to time that come up to me and follow me along at the con. And I was like, oh, sorry, I can't say hi right now, hanging with friends. And then I just went to bed immediately. That was until later, the next day, where Frey pointed out, like, look at the little weirdo. And that's the thing. Ender did not have any badges, so I was not able to tell it was him. And later that day, I felt so fucking bad, because I had not realized who was who, and I had probably left a really bad impression. And I was just straightforward with Ender about it. I'm like, look, I am so sorry that yesterday I was not able to properly say hi to you. And I explained the whole thing. He's like, no, you're good. And like, it's just one of those things where I took it as a learning opportunity on how to treat situations like that in the future, because, you know, I can't just be dreading the weird, awkward encounters with people follow me along. I just have to be confrontational, you know, I've been taking steps to do it. It's just a building blocks process. But that's what happened that evening, and it kind of left the evening off on a weird note, but that was all kind of my fault at the end of the day. Regardless, Friday was fucking amazing. I had an amazing fucking night, an amazing con. Stayed up a little late talking to Ryder and SK a bit before we went to bed. It was still good. We didn't end up getting any late night food just because things happened, but you know what? I'm happy. I had a good night hanging around friends, good adventures all in all, plenty of pictures with friends, just chilling, partying, drinking. It's all I could really ask for. Just being around good people, good friends at a con. And I enjoyed that. Minus the hiccups of the roaches and the hiccups of thinking Ender was a little weirdo. Ender is such a sweet bean. I've been apologizing profusely, and I still absolutely will keep apologizing to him because that was just unacceptable how I handled that. But that's what happened. I take the L on my part. That was my bad. I'm working to get better at that. But that was Friday. A really good day, minus that. Really good day. Good food, good friends, good drinks, fursuit photos, voring, so on. We get on to Saturday, day 4. Frey chokes out Beta and steals Maverick. In other hot disasters. Oh, hey, look, it happens there. Whoa, crazy. But our day starts off with me, exhausted as can be. Completely fucking exhausted. It's raining outside. It's miserable, but it's still hot as fuck. I hate it, but that's where we are. The line for Caribou Coffee was way, way too long that morning. And so went over to Saigon Bites and picked up my face. Picked up a Vietnamese iced coffee. It was pretty good, but it was way too strong and way too sugary. And I was really not ready to go around socializing for the day as much as everyone was out and about at that point. I needed a little bit more time. Quick water break. Yeah. But was going around, had a really weird encounter where someone vented to me about their boyfriend or something and said that I blew them off. Yeah, I was just not ready to deal with that, so I just went back up to the room and laid down for a little bit. And then I came back down for another coffee and a sandwich, and then I hung out with Russ and Jal and Carl, and, you know, coffee was good. Firehouse sub, pretty good, but it fell apart halfway through. But Bra was there. We did fingy touchies. That was pretty good. There's my fall apart sandwich. That was, it was good, but I just wish it didn't fall apart. And then I ate the pickle. And Jal and Russ took pictures of me eating the pickle. It'll soon be an animated emote. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know yet. But it was pretty good. It was pretty banging. The pickle was good. I like me a good salty dill pickle just to munch on. And I'm glad that Jal decided to take pics of it. It was pretty memorable. Also, hi, Jal. Oh my god, it's Jal. Oh my god, hi, Jal. You're taking a photo and smiling at me. of me eating a pickle. The pickle was good, okay? I ate the whole pickle. It was a good pickle. Also, yeah, Kobe took a picture of it too. I miss sandwiches. I miss these sandwiches. The Firehouse subs were really, really good. It was really good. Look, I just love pickles, okay? The pickles were delicious. The pickles were delicious. You know what wasn't delicious? Going back to my room and finding another fucking cockroach! Sir, a second cockroach has hit the FurCon room. I was about to head out after taking a nap after food. I got the sandwich with Jal, got my coffee. I was waiting till what was it? There was going to be a Twitch meet and greet, sort of like individual meetup on the bottom level near like the VR chat portal. I was getting ready for that at 4 p.m. And then after that, I was going to eat a little bit and then get ready to fursuit in my kinky attire to the night market, to the Moonlight Festival. As soon as I was about to get up and go out, I saw the cockroach on the floor. After that, I'm like, and this isn't in just the bathroom, it's outside on the fucking rug. And so I'm now like, I've had enough. No more. And so I put on my Karen wig, not really Karen wig, but I go down to the front desk. I'm like, Evan, send me the info for the room, what the name is under. I'm taking care of this. I found another cockroach. I'm not doing this anymore. So I went down to the front. The lady at the front, who did not look like she gave a damn at all, was like, how can I help you? I'm like, hi, I'm having an issue in my room. There are cockroaches in my room. Within 24 hours, I found 2. I need someone who can help me out with this. And they're like, oh, we don't take care of that here. You got to call this number that I give you. I'm like, I'm sorry, what? Like, I'm supposed to call a number to take care of this? And they're like, yeah, we don't take care of it. I'm like, but we went down to the front lobby at 11 p.m. last night, and you said we'll take care of it tomorrow and send someone up tomorrow, and no one has come by? And they're like, oh, no, we don't take care of it. It's not our problem. And then I'm like, well, it's your problem now. Sorry to say, I would like to speak to someone who can help me with this. Help me out here. And so she goes back. A nice, sweet lady in a very purple down jacket comes out. This is where I had to be like, not to her, but to the woman before, who was, like, basically blowing me off in an actual issue of a fucking health hazard. Oh, no, I know that cockroaches are a commonish occurrence, but it's just like, if there are more that are coming out in an area, like, yeah, you gotta take care of that. But I went to the front and had to basically be very, very, not mean, but demanding that I have this shit taken care of. So after that, they bring back someone who's, I'm assuming the manager or someone who's more in charge, comes out and is like, okay, we got to move you guys' rooms. I'm like, assertive, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Wolfen. They're like, okay, we got to move your guys' rooms. You can't sit in a cockroach room. I'm like, well, yes, but here's the thing. There aren't many rooms available, and we paid extra to have an easy access room. And they're like, okay, we'll look for something for you. And so I ended up asking Evan and Ryder and SK to come to the desk to help me out, because we're going to have to move rooms and all that. So they're like, okay, we can put you on literally one floor above in, like, a disability access room. Like, that works. We all agree that that's good. And they end up applying, I think they said it was a $100 discount to our reservation because we have to move rooms, because they had to vacate, and it was also a health hazard in the one we had to deal with. This is the face of someone who has to deal with some fucking bullshit, who's tired and sweaty and just wants to shower and relax. And I'm also, at this moment in time, missing the Twitch streamer meetup, the Furry Twitch meetup that's happening in the basement. Or the lower level, the Marcus level. Ooh. Yeah, the Marquise level. So they end up having us move. They give us the new room keys. They're like, we're applying $100 discount. However, I think they ended up canceling the reservation because they didn't end up... I think they end up canceling the charge on Evan's card from what they said. But we'll have to see, because if they're still going to go through with it, I'm going to send an email. I'm going to send an email and say that this is unacceptable, period. Because I know, here's the thing, too. I know cockroaches are a common occurrence in the South, in Atlanta. But in all of my years I have been at FWA, for now, not once have I seen a cockroach. Not once in my room. Granted, it doesn't mean they don't exist, but it's still a health hazard. It is not something that anyone should have to deal with in their room. Especially if I'm paying, like, what, $1,000 for that weekend? Yeah, a bit ridiculous. But they apply the discount. I think the whole thing will end up getting comped at some point. Regardless, I'm probably going to send some email because I'm not happy with that. That is just unacceptable to deal with. That is unacceptable to deal with. And on top of that, for the person at the desk to be like, oh, we don't deal with that. Call a number. Call a number? I'm talking to you right now. What fucking hotel is this? Who am I supposed to talk to then if not you? Call a fucking number? Why don't you call the number? Dude, like, what do you mean go and call this other thing? Like, Jesus. That's the thing that really fucking pissed me off about it. That they seemed not like they wanted to give a shit. I'm like, no, I'm not leaving until we fix this fucking problem. And then eventually, okay, so besides my... I don't like it. I don't like it. But after that, they end up telling us to go to our room, pack up our stuff, and go to the next floor above for the new room. I would have folded so fast. Two-piece, this is why, if anything like that happens, call me, okay? I'll take the fall for it. Worst case, some hotel worker is angry at me for getting a little bit assertive over a problem in a room. Do not fold. I will take care of it, okay? I'll take care of it. But They end up sending up a bellhop to help move our stuff. We just pretty much load whatever was in the closet onto this cart and whatever other... clean whatever, move whatever. Sorry, I got distracted. That we basically took whatever we had in the closets and whatever other luggage that we didn't move up and bring onto this cart, and they brought it up for us. Which luckily they used like the service elevator for. We didn't have to wait like an hour to get our stuff up in the room. And luckily we had like Nexka, Squishy, we had Glove helping us as well. A couple of friends who came by to help move our stuff literally a floor up from the stairs to the new room. And so there I am, happy as can be. Finally in the new room. And then after that, I get ready to go to the Twitch meetup. Oh, hey, it's Frey. He's choking me out. That made me feel better. No, unironically, that made me feel better. That really did. I'm like, Frey, can you choke me out? I'm like, and he's like, sure. And then we took a picture of it, and he choked me out, and I was happy. I bet $5. They just had housekeeping clean the room and rebooked. Oh, almost definitely. Almost definitely. I saw like I saw and heard multiple other occurrences of it happening in the main hotel. And you know what's really, really funny about that? In the tweet that I made about it, I'm like, ooh, love seeing cockroaches in the room having extra roommates. What's funny about it is not the Marquise account replied, but the fucking Hyatt hotel replied, like, hey, DM us for more info. I'm like, guys, wrong hotel, but I appreciate the effort. Like, it wasn't even the right hotel. But, yeah, that was... I felt, truthfully, a little bad, but I felt proud of myself for taking the initiative, for being confrontational, and just wanted to take care of it. Like, I know the lady was like, oh, yeah, we got to close out the room, call a third party by to have them clean it and take care of the cockroaches. But I'm like, sure, but it's not my problem. It's like, they probably will just rebook it just fine after cleaning it. It's just, it's an inconvenience, and I'm glad that we got a little bit of a deduction, but I feel like we should have definitely, like, gotten more, and, you know, we'll see if we do. But yeah, if anyone needs their friend to be confrontational for them, just call me up. Two-piece, you can call me at any point, and I will be confrontational for you. All I want is, in return is a nice two-piece burger. Two-piece burger. But hey, Frey choked me out, and it made me feel better. This was at the Twitch Furry meetup after my whole incident. So I basically went to the bathroom, washed my face off, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going. Are you guys good? And I didn't really unpack anything until later because I just wanted to make sure that the room was fine before we unpacked. So went to the meetup, said hi to everyone, got some pictures. After that, I went and got some food with Frey and Cody after the meetup. And I got to have my third wheel adventure. And I was actually really excited to have it because it was really fun at the end of the day. Really fun to get food with Frey and Cody. We basically just went to the food court, got some food as everyone was like getting ready for the night market, the Moonlight Festival, which I just needed food inside me before I ended up going to Fursuit because I was going to be at a dance, a rave for at least an hour with drinks inside me, wanting to dance my heart away to Two Pieces set, which again... Two Pieces set was awesome. So, went and got food with Frey and Cody. Took a picture of Cody's feet. I'm like, oh, Cody's tootsies. Oh my god. I'm like, oh, Frey's tootsies. Oh my god. And then took a picture. Just got some food with them. Hung out for a little bit. This was also where, when we were going to get food and trying to head up to their room, the elevator situation happened where we had to wait for a long bit to get back up to the room. And one of the hotel workers, I think it was like the staffers at the con who was in charge of the elevators, was like, guys, just go down to go up. It's so much easier. It just made me realize, like, we are so fucked. We're so fucked if the staff and the volunteers are telling us to go down to go up with the elevators. It was... crazy. But we got back up to the room, had some food. It was pretty good. I just got, you know, homophobic chicken because I just needed some protein inside me. Wasn't really thinking at the moment and didn't want another sandwich. Didn't want to take the chance at the sushi. Should have probably gotten some like bulgogi or something and go to that place. But either way, it was pretty good. This is a picture that Jal and I got together. And look at Jal. He's pretty cool. He's staring at me. Cool phone background if anyone wants it. But after that, I got ready to get in suit. I flashbanged myself while sitting in the corner of Frey and Cody's room while taking a selfie of myself. There's me putting on the cooling vest while getting into suit, and I was getting my kinky attire ready. I was really excited. I was taking it slow, though, because even though my time slot was for 9 p.m., everyone was getting in for like 7, 8 p.m. According to Creed and a few others, 7 p.m. slots didn't get in until like 8:30 or so. So it was a little bit of a wait. So I was like, okay, 2 pieces set isn't until 10. I know I'm supposed to show up for like 9. I'm going to show up at 9:30. And that's what I ended up doing. So I took my time with getting ready into fursuit. This is when Bra came over to our room to shave and get ready for the night market, and that's when I went with him to the night market, and it was really, really nice. I loved Bra's company. And then Russ helped me get into fursuit, helped me get ready, took pics for me, and just... He was really helpful with getting me into suit and getting me into attire. He gave me a little stress ball egg to put into my jock strap so that it would give it some, like, bulge depth to it, and it looked pretty good. I can't really show pics of it. There's me flashbanging myself again with the camera. But here's the top half of how I was looking in fursuit. I think I fucked hard. Not actually, but, I'd like to say I looked pretty good. I looked really good. I mean, I'd show the lower half here, but yeah, that's no, not savory. Yeah, well, it's savory for some, but I'd like to think I looked pretty good. Pair that with the thick thighs too, man. Felt like I was glowing. Obviously, it wasn't like the best fit that I could really have, but for what it was, I was pretty happy with it. But either way, fursuited in my kinky attire to the night market, the Moonlight Festival. I'm just really happy with how it looked. I mean, just the fit was pretty good. The fit was pretty good. And I got some compliments about it, too. People were like, wow, you look good, Beta. I'm like, thank you. I got to wave hi to some friends. And then I waited in line with, like, Drew and their friend Captain Awesome, who was really awesome and really cool. What was it? Who else was I waiting with? Oh, yeah, I was waiting with Bra. And the line to get into the night market actually wasn't that long at all. Like, at all. It took, like, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes to get in. I had my QR code ready, and then I had my badge ready and my ID. They checked none of those going into the night market Moonlight Festival area, which is a choice. I know they were probably overwhelmed with the amount of people and just ended up gutting the whole system with, like, checking anything. But yeah, I had my ID and everything ready, and they did not check any IDs for anyone going in. What a choice! What an absolute choice.
Pictures.
Also, thank you, Cole. I appreciate it. Look, we got the dichotomy, the sexy Sheppy and then just mental breakdown Beta on the left and right. Also, Cole, I hope you're doing well, hon. Thank you for the 5 months. Hope you're doing well. I had a good FWA, and I miss you lots. Oh, it was so fun going to FWA. I'm going over my recap, and so far it's Saturday. I'm going to be honest. My throat hurts a little bit because I've been talking for 3 hours. Oh my god. You're watching Italian brain rot? God, I want some Italian food so bad. I want some Italian brain rot. That's what I want. Oh, we love Cole. Cole's really cool. I want to put Cole in a life jacket. But either way, night market, Moonlight Festival. What happened? How did it go? Well, the line itself wasn't that long. I think I waited 45 minutes max in that line, in that separate room. They let us in pretty quickly and easily. Got to chat with Drew, their friend Captain. I think they were like Captain Awesome. They were very, very sweet, very tall, and they really liked my fursuit, and they gave me money for some reason. I really appreciate that. I still have the money they gave me. But yeah, I was just kind of going around, getting some tink-tinks here and there too. When we got into the actual Moonlight Festival, they didn't end up checking our badges or our IDs. Like, I had them out there, like, before they were going in, when the curtains were there, when we got into, like, the Hilton area across the Sky Bridge. They're like, make sure you have your IDs out, badges out, your QR code out. So I had my phone ready, I had my ID, I had my badge on my wrist, and they're like, you're good to go in. They didn't even check my ID, which I heard they didn't do that for a lot of folks, which is a choice to do for an 18+ event, but regardless, probably some reason for that happening. Maybe that was just my own experience. Maybe they just saw it very glimpsily, and they're like, oh yeah, you're good. You know, they saw the fursuiter in a harness and a jock strap, and they're like, oh yeah, you're good. But they weren't checking anyone else in front of us or behind us, so I don't really know. After that, we went in. I didn't end up going to the actual night market area. I heard that it was but, you know, as some friends who just went in for like 5 minutes, it was probably, you know, I wouldn't have been able to buy anything anyways. I was in fursuit. I did end up getting a nice little drink. Drew bought a drink for me, which I'm very, very grateful for. I owe him at least 2 gifted subs on Twitch, so there's that. But he got me a drink, and I was really happy about that. And then we were getting ready for 2 Pieces set, which I was really excited for. I think I can show the poster. It was around the con, wasn't it? Yeah, I ended up getting a copy of 2 Pieces poster. The Moonlight Festival 2-piece at 10 p.m. That's why I signed up for the 9 p.m. slot, because I wanted to see him perform. Look, honestly, the only reason why I was doing the night market in the first place, because if 2-piece wasn't playing, I was just going to go around in my attire, in my fursuit as is, and just have a good night. You know, that was really, I was going to go around, be the sexy Sheppy and all that in fursuit, with a jockstrap and fursuit harness, and have a good time. Just look nice. Just look good in the environment of it being like kind of the after dark time of FWA or the con. If 2-piece wasn't performing, I would not have gone to the Moonlight Festival. I would not have gone. But strictly because 2-piece was performing, and because I knew Snowy was going to be performing as a dancer, Nova and Rano and Foster were going to be performing as well, I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to see how it was. And so I waited and danced around, and then 2-piece came on, and I was dancing. It was so fucking fun. 2-piece, if you were here, I want you to know, I don't usually go to raves or dances like that. I'm not usually dancing around in the crowd or, you know, doing any of that. I'm usually just watching it from a distance. I was there, jumping up and down, dancing, cheering 2-piece on, seeing all that happen. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. 2-piece's set was so fucking good. It was so good. It was the most fun I've ever had at any sort of rave or dance experience, okay? And I want everyone to know that, because I am not someone that does, you know, late night dances or raves, especially in fursuit too. I should have been exhausted at that point. In all of this, I should have been so fucking tired. But I was having such a good time. I wasn't exhausted at all, which could have actually been part of, you know, me losing weight, meaning I have a little bit more stamina or endurance to go around in suit. It was so much fun. Genuinely, highlight of the con weekend was that set, and just getting to see 2-piece do his thing and get to dance to that. That was so much fun. It was literally like VR chat IRL, but like amplified by 10. So much fun. Which again, shout out to 2-piece or Dior for his set. Wonderful job. Such a great time. 10 out of 10. Absolutely doing it again. Would go to the night market for Moonlight Festival just to see your set again. But yeah, he's good soup. And after that, I just kind of kept going around the con space in suit. Ended up getting a few more drinks. I think at some point, oh yeah, we wanted to do like diner run and all that with Jal and Carl and Snowy and a few others. It was getting late into the night. I ended up having people at my room. Creed came by, Monty came by, a few others were just chilling in the room. We were having drinks, hanging out. I also got to experience something for the first time, which was really fun, which you'll probably see if you look closely at the next few pics. But it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I also ended up giving my fursuit head. I was out of fursuit for a bit. My fursuit body, I was just wearing that around, going around the con at some point. My fursuit head, I ended up giving to Kobe, who was wearing that around the rave and around the con. And he said he has his own experiences of people coming up to him, but he said he had a good time. It was really, really, really fun. Really, really fun. I wish I hung out with the beta app. Russ, we hung out like every day. I'm glad we did. It was so fun. I mean, we could have hung out more if you want. I mean, you're more than welcome to join me on my adventures, but we hung out like so much. I was so happy to see Russ. So happy to hang out and see Russ. Technically, you being like the add-on roommate of our room too. That was so fun. I love stalkers. Oh, Kobe, I'm so sorry. But I told you that's what happens going into it to some extent. People are that way, sadly. But it ended up being that night, I think at like 1 a.m. or so. I had like 9-10 people in my room. We were just chilling, having drinks, hanging out. Eventually, I was like, okay, we got to go make sure my other roommates, Ryder and SK, can get some rest because they were wanting to sleep because they had other plans that next day to just do some stuff and go out early. So they wanted to get some sleep, so I ended up having everyone vacate, made sure Kobe was okay, got him back to his room, made sure everyone else was okay and hydrated, went to that little water station that I love going to, the one that reminds me of college. It was overall a good night. I ended up managing a good few people, but it was such a fun fucking time, man. Oh my god. Just all the tink-tinks, the drinks. It was so good. And then eventually we make our way to the 10th floor. It's like 2:30 in the morning. Jal and Carl are like, Beta, we want food. And I'm like, can we please get food? Can I please get food with you guys? And so we decide to take a little group of a few friends to the Metro Diner. This is me getting all swifty and excited for the Metro Diner. This is me excited at the Metro Diner. This is me taking a picture with Jal at the Metro Diner, excited that we're at the Metro Diner. And this is the quesadilla and the patty melt that I got at the Metro Diner. Not sponsored, by the way, but still, this is a great way to end off the evening. I was so tipsy and drunk. I was filled with so much love and happiness getting food with friends. We shared good times. The quesadilla was, it was diner food, but when you're that drunk, it's just fun. When you are that inebriated, it hits so fucking hard. The patty melt was delicious, by the way. I don't know what that was. That was like a garlic mayo or something. It was pretty banging too. The pickle was delicious. The fries were good. It was overall a good way to end off the evening. There is nothing else here. But after that, it became like 5 a.m. We went back to the hotel. Jal and Carl and Snowy ended up walking around a little bit more on the 10th floor. I wanted to tuck her in for the evening. I got a nice shower in, and then I went to bed officially at 6 a.m. Probably the longest that I've stayed up at any con period. And what a perfect day. Minus, obviously, the offsets of the... the cockroaches and all that. It was still a good and successful day overall. Honestly, like, it's just what it's been. Wednesday, banger. Thursday, banger. Friday, banger, but a little bit of a hiccup. Saturday, fucking banger, with a little bit of a hiccup. But it worked out. It all worked out. That's the thing. I've had these, like, little hiccups in small instances where, like, I would hyper-focus on it and let it really dictate my con experience. And I don't let it. I don't let it at all, and I have an amazing goddamn time. And I'm glad that I do. So, that's what I've started doing and taking with me. But, after Friday, or not Friday, after Saturday, we then go into Sunday. The last day of the con. With me waking up pretty much at noon to get ready for the day, because I was exhausted. I just kind of realized, I'm not going to be doing much this con. So I went to the bathroom, got ready. There's me feeling and looking so exhausted, beyond belief. I was so tired, and this is me just, like, trying my absolute best to make some sort of funny face. And then, apparently, I was taking way too long in the bathroom that both Evan and Russ messaged me. Evan's like, why long poop? And then Russ is like, are you okay? Do you need a life jacket? To be fair, though, I didn't have to poop. I was just really trying to figure my life out. I'm like, what do I want to do? Do I just want to go back to bed and die? Or do I want to keep going? And I decided to keep going. Yeah, I got attacked by a vampire. There's a first for everything, and that was my first. I got attacked by a vampire. It's kind of nice, I'm not going to lie. It's kind of really nice. I let it happen again. Absolutely. I mean, who wouldn't? And then I got I got ready for the day. My shoulders were killing me so fucking bad. I had to switch up from my drawstring bag to a fanny pack. Why didn't I do that sooner? Why did I not do the fanny pack sooner? Even though I don't know if it's a fit or a vibe or not, it was so much easier to carry everything. Oh my god, man. It was so much easier. Why didn't I do it sooner? I'm so mad at myself for that. But there's my fit for the day. The shirt, I think I got that from Wayward Mutt. That's the artist. They sold it at like MFF. I saw it and I had to get it immediately. Went to Caribou Coffee, saw the AI art there. Really fucking funny. I want to share my art with your wonderful community. Okay. Why do the eyebrows differ here in what's shown or not? Why are they looking off like they're stupefied? Why does the sun come down here but not there? See what I mean? I saw that. I'm like, there's no way. But yeah, I don't really know what that was supposed to be or not. I'm not buying any coloring book. Don't call it your art. Which also, it's more the point of what I said before. Like, I saw this, and then I saw another place that had, like, AI-generated, like, furry art or something. Or AI-generated furry characters on their monitors and whatnot. I would like to think, and this is just me probably being ignorant. I'm probably wrong on this. It's okay for me to be wrong. I would like to think that they are doing it to get into the spirit with furries. Like, they're just trying to be nice. Like, they're trying to show their support for the community. I don't think it was for the sake of trying to advertise. Hyatt had AI-generated advertisements for furry-themed food. Okay, you know what? Never mind. My feelings on it go out of the window. I was wrong yet again. Immediately disproven by what Russ told me. Immediately disproven. Awesome. Well, I mean... Ooh, that was a nice neck crack. But yeah, that was something I noticed and was interesting. I knew that I needed to heal my soul, so I ended up going to Saigon Bites to get some pho. And this is my first time ever having pho. And it was enriching. It was so good. According to what Nova told me when they had it, it's passable. Like, it's passable, good enough pho. Which it probably was. But let me tell you, it hit the spot. It filled my soul. It was everything that I needed to heal me a little bit. This is me looking a little bit more healed compared to before where I was not looking healed. But yeah, it was pretty solid. And Russ showed me how to eat pho, which I was happy about. And then we went and got some water. I needed some water. He took a picture of the city and all that. And also, look, Russ took a picture with me. Oh my god. He met the Beta Eta Delota. And then he took a picture of me drinking water. I don't know what that was about. But I drank water, and it was pretty good. But the pho was pretty good. But the water was pretty good. Pretty much for most of the day, going into like 4 p.m. or so, I spent it sitting at that table at the food court. Pulex loves Elian water. How? It tastes like tap water. Like, I had it. It tastes like tap water. I know they probably would hate me for it, but like, I did not like this water. I drank it because I had to. It wasn't good. For the meme? I guess so. But I got it, I drank it, Russ took a picture of it and sent it to Pulex, and Pulex said they were proud. But yeah, there's me drinking water if you ever want that. Also, look at my very distinguishable nose in this shot. You can clearly tell this is Beta Eta Delota by the distinguishable nose. Yeah, also I was eating Oreos. Someone came by and gave me a pack of these overseas Oreo flavors. One was raspberry and one I think is supposed to be like... I don't know what that one's supposed to be. But the raspberry ones were fucking awesome. I have the other ones downstairs. I really want to try them soon. But God, these were fucking awesome. And they really hit the spot. There's me eating an Oreo. There's the poster that I got from Two Piece. I really wanted one of his posters to take home with me, which I do still have it. He signed it for me. I'm really happy about it. Oh, I love Two Piece. And then I decided to get into the shirt that Moon got from me. Yeah, so Moon bought me this shirt that he got for himself and gave one to me. And I wore it around the con with my blue shorts. This is just so... What on earth is going on here? Why am I doing this to myself? Apparently, when Moon had worn that shirt around previously at the con, 3 people had walked up to him and been like, do you actually know if he's here? Or like, oh, you know he's here, right? Wacky. Absolutely wacky. But yeah, Maverick's #1 fan. It's mirrored because I'm taking a picture in the mirror, by the way. And the back is supposed to say Amogus Sus or something with my little Among Us Maverick thing that Vince did for me. I hate and love this shirt. Thank you for this, Moon, by the way. It's lovely. I hate it. And this was my fit going into the evening. And there's a picture of the balloons at FWA. Pretty nice setup. Target practice, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. I found Cody out in the con space, and I got a nice pic with him because I love Cody. Cody's so sweet. I love Cody. Also, I found the little sticker board and added mine on. I added Levi Hungry right next to Jake. That's Jake Werepanther, and that's Russ. Russ is really cool. Russ is really, really cool. Also, wait, isn't that Raiden? Is that Raiden? I think that's Raiden. Raiden was in NikoFwuffyWolfderg. Unless Bra had one of the stickers of Raiden here. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I think it was Nami. Oh. Well. Yeah, that would probably be Nami. I mean, it's kind of one of those where I don't know which one is which. Like, this could be Raiden, this could be Nami, this could be Corbin. It could really, like, I just kind of assumed it was someone, but, you know, I know it's a little bra creature. I thought it was Raiden, because I know Raiden got one. But yeah, a little sticker board thingy. I loved adding mine on. Really, really cute. Saw whatever this was. Don't know what was going on here. Ford pointed this out to me. I'm like, what is going on here? What's going on here? It's something. It's something. And also, I ran into Dusky. I got a picture with Dusky. Look at how happy I am to get a picture with Dusky. Look at how happy he is to get a picture with Beta. I love Dusky. Such a sweetie. And then I put Jake in my fursuit. That's pretty much the next big thing. This was when, come like that evening, I was socially battery empty. I was saying to people, cilantro tastes like soap. Even though to some it does and doesn't. And I'd be like, cilantro tastes like... And then I have to say soap. And then I just keep saying it occasionally to, like, ground myself. Or to somewhat reset, like, a conversation that I'm in because I'm feeling, like, anxious or socially burnt out or awkward or whatnot. But I was running on fumes that day. My battery socially was in the negative. It was really, really, really bad. But I ventured on. And I put Jake in my fursuit. And he had an awesome time. Look at Jake in my fursuit. He wore the harness. He basically took all of my social energy for me and just did the thing. And whenever people would come up to me, I'd just point at the dog, and then they would go over to the dog, and it would make me feel a little bit less socially anxious. So big shout out and thank you to Jake Werepanther for wearing my suit for me and coming in clutch and just being there to help me out here. It means the world. I was so exhausted. I kind of wanted to go home, not in the sense where like I was having a bad time at the con, but I was just so beyond exhausted. And there was nothing that I could do, caffeine, water, food, any of that to make me feel better besides nap or home. And I was not napping in that bed. It was so fucking uncomfy. It hurt my back. But Levi was going around the space, having a good time. We ran into a Taco Bell Derg. He was giving out fire sauce, and I had to tell him a little hot take. I do not like any of the Taco Bell sauces. I appreciate it. I really do. But I do not like them. And then he's like, what about cane sauce? I'm like, sorry. I don't even like cane sauce. That's a hot take from me right there. But yeah, that's where we're at with it. But they were pretty cool. We got a nice photo. Jake is really good at posing, by the way. Much better at posing than I am, which means I got to step up my game and get better at fursuiting. But yeah, we went around, saw the purple dog with the camera. Don't remember their name. I think it starts with an E, but they're always so sweet and lovely to say hi to. But yeah, got some pics as Levi, and again, big shout out and thank you to Jake for helping me out with this. It was very, very nice. Took a picture of his ass. Took a picture of him doing a little dance. Took a picture of him attacking Cody with the cactus. Yeah. Yeah, and then also I think that's a picture with Sammy maybe that they wanted me to take, but it was really cute. Picture of Levi's thigh, picture of Levi and Celia or Orin. We love Orin. And then close-up of Levi and close-up of Celia, as you should. And then picture of him posing for other photo shoot pictures. And this is where I was just kind of taking him around the con space, going around again. We came back around. We saw Setsuna, and Levi wanted to get a picture with him. Jake Vi, oh, we're going to call him Jake Vi. That's the shorthand for Levi as Jake Panther. Jake Vi wanted a picture with Setsu, got a picture with Setsu, and then Rano came by and they got a picture, and then Rano was confused because that wasn't me. But yeah, really nice set of photos. Then I took a picture of the roof. Eventually we go and get food right, like literally 15 minutes before the kitchen closes at Tin Lizzie's. I got the mess platter, which is pretty much just tater tots and pulled pork and barbecue sauce and a little bit of queso and a lot of lettuce. It was okay. I got I got another taco, quesabirria. I gave the other half to Nexka because he hadn't had anything at all that day. And he's like, that was the worst quesabirria taco I've ever had. I'm like, kind of expected that. I'm sorry, but yeah. And then after that, I took a picture of the FWA sign. And this is when we went back to the hotel and everyone was kind of partying for the last Sunday before the con ended. I ended up having like a little bit of tink tinks and just going around, chatting and hanging out with friends. That was really it. Someone gave me a Twix ice cream bar. It was pretty good. Filled my Evian water bottle with the last of my booze that I had, and Mountain Dew. That is not piss. I did not piss in the booze bottle. That is Mountain Dew and whatever little bit of vodka is there. And then I went to whatever the higher suite floors to hang out with Cody and Frey and a couple of others that were partying in a room. It was pretty fun. Got a picture with 2Ps Dior before I went to bed. And then I got a picture with Benny as we were heading downstairs. Look at Benny. He's so cool. What a lovely photo. I'm going to tell my grandkids that this is the Voros twins. Yeah. And then that's pretty much it for Sunday. We went to bed at like 2 a.m. and we ended up getting ready with packing earlier that morning for our flights in the mid to late afternoon. And so Sunday, we pretty much, or not Sunday, Monday morning to afternoon, we ended up spending most of it in the food court before we would end up Ubering or lifting over to the airport, not hotel, to head back home. Oh, Beta, can we speak, please? I need water. That's what I need. There we go. Okay. So Sunday's over. 2 a.m. go to bed. I'm filled with love, getting to see all my friends and just party around, have a good time. It was a really good con overall. I left happy. But Monday, it still wasn't over. We woke up, packed, and we ended up going to the food court to just hang out for a bit before our flights that late afternoon. And I decided, after being yelled at by my friend Talson, to try the Mediterranean food place, Aviva by Camille. Talson said that he is like the nicest guy ever. Like, he calls you like a good friend and gives you like the best food. Talson was like the biggest fan of this guy, of this food. He thought it was so good. I had never had this Mediterranean food place before. It always kind of scared me to the extent where like I didn't know what to get and like I'm too anxious. But Talson said if I didn't get it, he would be upset with me. And I'm like, fair enough. So that morning or afternoon, I tried it for the first time. There was a bit of a line out the door. Look at that man. He was, oh, that looks so fucking good. I don't know if it's real or not, but goddamn, that is sticking to the plate though. Dude is a legend, apparently. I saw him cooking up a storm in the back, and he was greeting people so happily with a smile on his face. It was God. So good. But while waiting in line, they were handing out little samples of soup. I don't know what kind of soup this was, but it was so goddamn good. It was so hearty and so vitamin enriching. I loved it. And then I ended up getting this little platter. I ended up going to the front, and they're like, what would you like? And I'm like, I don't know what to get here. This is my first time. Just hook me up with whatever the best thing is that you have. And she's like, I got you. Gets me a plate of the chicken shawarma, gives me a little falafel to try, some bread, this little cheesy, creamy pasta with tomatoes and mushrooms, and then this cauliflower rice. And then I ended up getting some baklava, pistachio baklava. Oh, it was lentil soup? Oh, okay. I don't know what lentils are. Really bad with it. But the soup was awesome. Everything here was so goddamn good. It was, oh my god. I feel cheated on my own end for not going here more often for food. This was delicious. This was so filling. The only downside is later that evening when I was back home, I was farting up a storm and it smelled like something died in my room. I had to open the window. It was not good. Maybe that could have been because of this food, maybe not. It was so fucking good. Like, I feel bad for missing out on it. So bad. Last year, he forcefully gave me so much chocolate. Wait, who gave you so much chocolate? The guy here, or who gave you chocolate? 2-piece? That guy, yeah. The chef. This guy is so fucking nice. This guy is so fucking nice from what I've heard and seen. Oh my god. And you know what? If he's willing to treat anyone he serves like family, the food's got to be amazing. And it was. There were so many awards along like the wall there. I didn't even think that, man, this place is probably going to be amazing. I was always scared of it for some reason, and I shouldn't have been. This is awesome. But yeah, if you are at FWA next year, do yourself a favor and try Aviva by Camille. So good. They always hook you up. They're always so nice and hook you up. And also, picture. Wait, why is this picture here? That should have been later. Either way, but yeah. What was it? I'm losing my fucking mind. I've been streaming for a little bit too longer than I thought. Sorry about this, chat. Creed as Levi and Moon as Celio earlier in the week. But regardless, after food, we said our goodbyes to our friends. We got our Uber or our Lyft. There's our picture outside the fountain of the front hotel. Main hotel, front main hotel. Yeah, the fountain, taking a picture there. And here's us on our way to not the hotel, but to the airport. And then as a bonus, we have the pictures that Frey has taken of us throughout FWA. This is a new section. Whenever I'm at a con with my good friend Frey, I am going to show the pics that he sent me. I don't remember this night. I actually don't remember. Wait, I do remember this night, but I don't remember wearing this bucket hat at all. Now I feel like I need one. It's kind of a vibe. So yeah, should try it. But yeah, this is a pic that Frey took of me. Here's another one. Don't know when this was, but it was funny. And then I was having a time. Little section of Frey photos. But either way, that... Hi, Celio. We love Celio. That is my FWA 2025 recap from this year, this last weekend. It was awesome. I'd give this con genuinely like a 9.5 or 10 out of 10, despite the shortcomings of 2 cockroaches in the room, of the issue with not recognizing a friend, with the misunderstanding of me thinking a friend is a gaggle or a fan or someone I didn't recognize, and, you know, I didn't
Dusky
recognize
one
them.
tail wag.
Also, hi, Dusky. Thank you for the 9 months, hon. We were just talking about you, how I got a picture with you, and how you were so thrilled to see me. There's Dusky. Dusky's really cool. But Dusky, thank you so much for the 9 months, hon. I appreciate it. I hope you got home safe and sound. This is such a good con, though. Such a good con with such good memories. Such good friends. This little presentation is all out of whack and it makes no sense. But God, it was so fun. It was such a good time. Genuinely, 9.5 to 10 out of 10 con, despite the shortcomings. And the fact that I'm able to say that, despite roaches in the room, that means that I had a really good con. And I thought, genuinely, I wasn't going to. Also, thank you so much for the raid. I greatly appreciate that. I hope you had a good stream on your end. Were you playing the new Doom game? How's that going for you? How's that going for you if you were? I've heard good things about it. That it's good, but not as good as the first two. But I'll have to see. I'll have to try the Xbox Game Pass at some point. My claim was delayed 3 hours. It was dumb. Oh, I'm sorry, Dusky. I'm sorry. But you made it home, and that's good. Tried multiple games, but just played the Doom game since it released like an hour and some change. It's so Doom, I love it. Good. Good. Oh. Well, still, I'm glad you liked it. But sorry to say, but we're going to be probably wrapping up our stream here in a little bit. I'll give it like 5-10 minutes or so before I wrap it up fully. But we just got finished with our FWA 2025 con recap. It was such a great con. I feel so filled with love, so filled with booze and food and love. It's just been such a good time, making so many good memories, hanging out with friends once again. And it kind of reinvigorated my love for just, not just trying new things, but going to FurCons and just having my own good time. And just going about being like, hey, who can I hang out with here? Hey, who can I organize here? I'd like to maybe start organizing more things with friends too, rather than constantly joining all the time. So it gave me a little bit of a sense of revelation that maybe I could try things a little bit differently. And I have, and this con was really a good opportunity for me to do so, whether it was being confrontational with the hotel staff about my room, or wanting to make plans with friends, organizing other things, having friends in the room to hang out and chill, have drinks and tink-tinks, whatever it may be. It's just been... It was a good time. And genuinely, despite having nearly 50 cons under my belt, I got PCD from this con, post-con depression. I left the con kind of crying, a little tear in my eye, a little bit of like, oh, I had such a good time. I'm going to miss my friends. But again, it's not forever. It's farewell because it's not forever. It was so good. Now Furry Week in Atlanta went over 17K again, largest con in North America. I know, it's the biggest con so far. And that's not even including folks who didn't register for the con. You know? Didn't even register for the con. So I'd assume that maybe the number was somewhere around like 20K. I know I had estimated like 18,500 per se on Twitter. And I think they said the number was around just over 17K. But I'd like to think that there's a lot of attendees that just didn't register for the con too, or people that were at the con who didn't register. So that's why I'm thinking, you know, it probably is somewhere around 20,000 people. But we don't know that. We never will know the final number. It's just crazy to think that this con still continues to grow despite last year seeming like it has overgrown itself, and it's still doing just fine. That's true. AC, you had to reg. FWA, you didn't. That too, I don't know. Another factor that might play into it is like registration prices. Like if Anthrocon wasn't as high of a registration like price than it was FWA, then yeah, probably more people regged for the con. Statistically, maybe. It has outgrown that space though. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. I don't really know. I really don't know, and I don't know how to tell it, but maybe that'll be something that I discuss in a future video at times. Probably not tonight, though, because I am so exhausted from talking. I was literally, like, after the stream, going to do, like, a quick recording talking about my experiences with FWA, with the post-con and pre-con struggles and anxieties. But I'll probably end up doing that tomorrow when my head's a little bit more clear and I'm not as exhausted. So, yeah. ReadyCon has like 50k people in the same space. Does it? I didn't actually know that. I might have to look into that a little bit. That would be a good point to add for the attendance rate and talking about cons being too big. Though granted, I don't know. That might be another thing to consider too, that I've wondered. Are furry conventions running at the level, like the actual like head of organization level, running at the level that they can manage 50,000 people? Or like manage people at the level of it actually being sizable conventions and events? It makes me wonder if that's something that they do or don't. Or if they have the capability. It's like, from what I've heard, they still run cons like they're small conventions from like pre-COVID. So I don't know. It's something. They shut down the whole block for Dragon Con. It's so cool. That sounds really cool. Ugh. Who knows? Maybe furry conventions will get to that point at some point. Who knows? There's a whole thing with the third-party staff miscommunicating with con staff constantly. That's always fun. I didn't actually know it was third-party staff that were at the con, too. I thought it was just staff members. That's just... I guess that makes sense for some of the staff members, or I guess third-party staff members saying, go down to go up, it's easier. So... Yellow uniform was third-party security. That makes sense. That's what I kind of assumed. I'm like, wait, is it third-party or is it the main hotel security? I didn't even know that going into it. Kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, it was a good con. There are some things that I want to talk about with it, about like my experiences, obviously in a good sense of like, you know, convention was good. I had a great time. I had pre-con jitters, but that ended up being resolved after the con and throughout the con with just wanting to have a good time. And also just kind of taking that into the account of like the furry Twitter side of conventions seems to have a bit different experience than actual furry conventions. And, you know, just going into it of not paying attention to Twitter and social media, that made it so much fucking better, let me tell you. Oh my god. Ignore the draw. That's what I did. Whenever I check Twitter, I just scroll and see like friends like having a good time. Then I'd see something about like, did you know this person? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care. Go on. Or like if it was too much and that's all I saw, I'd close it. I'd close the app and then go to somewhere place else and realize, oh, hey, I got to do my Pokemon TCG polls. It really does make a difference. And also you got to keep in mind too, with FWA, if you were in the main hotel, you almost never had reception. Like, I couldn't even call my mom to wish her Happy Mother's Day. I had to message it to her, and she got the message like 6 hours later. It was that bad. But that was also just like the mix between people in the space needing to use the reception and also the hotel being rather tall. So I couldn't even load social media in general, let alone anything on my phone. So, yeah, reception was pretty bad. I'd love to see you interview a con exec, con staff after a con like this. Be a great video. That's what I want to do at some point. I just got to see who I can get in contact with about it. About like how FWA went. Maybe I could ask someone on the con staff. I heard that someone who like staffs for the con said that someone in some department at FWA watches my stuff and knows who I am. So it might be a little bit easier, maybe. I don't really know. I don't really know. But still, it's something that I want to consider because the whole disconnect, not just within like conventions of like, you know, the staff members versus third-party staff, but also those that make assumptions about how the convention is running versus how it actually is, and making claims that they don't care, they did this, they did that, when in reality they're trying to make the best decisions for the event itself. I think it's something worth discussing and talking about. Asking if they can maybe interview. It's an idea that I've had for a bit. I've had a little bit of a script ready for it, for like questions that I could ask. So yeah, but either way, it was a good time. I considered it a nice little redemption arc for me, with trying new things at conventions, with not really being on social media as much, and not paying attention to any of the fucking noise that was going on Twitter. I know everything's been kind of blowing up since FWA, because people are just perpetually miserable on Twitter. But honestly, like, I have just been like, yep, this person didn't attend, this person didn't attend, minor, this person didn't attend, this person has an opinion, cool. Like, it achieves nothing when there's those arguments back and forth about it that I keep seeing, so who knows, maybe I'll make some videos about it, and that'll probably be a tomorrow thing that I end up doing, so I can just get some proper rest tonight, and get some food. I am fucking hungry. I am so goddamn hungry, and I want to get some rest on my end, so I'm probably going to end up doing that. Who can we go and send some love to after our awesome time at FWA? Who can we send some love to after raiding? And also, thank you again, Faye, for the raid. I do greatly appreciate it. I hope you had a good stream on your end. Also, I don't really... Honestly, my game categories that I play are so niche. I really only want to play, like, Deadlock and maybe the occasional Destiny 2. But, like, truthfully, I will not have that much time this week to game at all. I am kind of in dire straits with figuring things out after my car incident, and then the accident incident, and then I don't have my car, and then I also have to figure out washing machine stuff, and then other stuff. Just getting a lot of money together after even FWA spending too. So that's what I'm kind of coasting with and figuring out. But it'll work out. I'm just going to be busy trying to figure my shit out. That's really it. And also, yes, I did play Sonic Unleashed. I have to finish that up. It's either going to be Friday we finish that up or next week. Maybe during the weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I am going to try and stream because I'm not going anywhere. I have no plans to go anywhere. I don't want to socialize this weekend. I just want to stay at home after this whole weekend of my social battery being completely drained, of having a great time. I just want to cuddle up, maybe cuddle with a friend, watch like a movie or two, cook some good food after I get my car back, hopefully by Friday. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I had a good time, so thank you guys so much for joining me for this con recap. I know I'm all over the place. ADHD is taking the wheel, but I feel filled with so much love, so much validation, satisfaction, reassurance of what's to come. I'm excited for Awustria. I'm especially excited for Megaplex. That is going to be such a good con. I might actually try and come in for like Tuesday or something that con and see if I can hang out with like Jake or something. Maybe I'll ask him that. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk to him about it if he's interested or if he wanted to do something like that. And also, hi, Emerald. It's good seeing you as well, mister. I hope you're doing well and made it home safe and sound. But yeah, tomorrow, I don't really have any big plans. I'm going to try and get some YouTube videos done. I am very behind with my work on YouTube. I've been trying to get videos together. I've been looking for editors, and it's been a little bit of a struggle. So, you know, shameless self-promo with this. If you want to support what I do on YouTube, check out my Patreon, !Patreon, or check in the link tree, wherever it may be. Any support is appreciated, but don't feel pressured. You know, I'm just here to try and do my best. Either way, who can I go and send some love to? Who's streaming? Who is streaming? I know who we can go and raid. Are they going to be live for the rest of the time? Oh! Okay, now we have to raid Carl. Now we have to raid Carl. Carl is drawing a pool toy. Carl is drawing an inflatable. We need to raid Carl. We're raiding Carl. That is the plan. We're doing that. Where's my stream? I gotta remember how to spell his name. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 2 2. I did it! I got his name right. Perfect. I forgot. It's 4 A's, 4 R's, 2 L's. That's how you spell Carl. But yeah, go and show some love to Carl, my lovely Cobalt friend who I got to spend some really good time with at FWA. I'm really happy that they got their passports back and everything worked out in the end. They had kind of a stressful con with what they had to deal with. I wasn't able to really help as much, but I'm glad it all worked out for them. Go and send them some love and support. Keep them company. Tell them about how awesome and amazing they are and how inflatable and buoyant they are with their pool toy art. But either way, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to go and get some food, get some rest. I will see you all on Friday for the rest of our Fursona review rating stream, whatever we end up doing with that. But that's about going to do it for me. Thank you all so much for the company, for filling my heart with so much love and the microplastics and kindness and joy involved. I'm really excited for this next year. I'm going to go and lay down because my mouth hurts and my jaw hurts and my voice hurts. But thank you all so much for everything. Have a wonderful night. take care, life stay jacket, treat people like people, stay off of furry Twitter. For the love of God, just go to Blue Sky already. Blue Sky is so much better. Oh my God. But either way, have a good night, take care, and I'll see you guys